don't really see y'all as the competition, but if you go against me, you the opposition. But if you want to test like you can close the distance, I'ma give it A forever since you're so persistent. With you, I'm just practicing, cause I'm back to back, let's get back to winning. As a matter of fact, I'm not that forgiving, cause you did this to yourself, that's a bad decision. I don't see no one in front of me, you is a ghost, you ain't got a soul. Whoa, always say that they gon' come for me, knowing they won't, they doing the most. Whoa, chasing my, gotta get already, not selling my, you on the, y'all moving, ready to, whoa. I'm the main event, ain't no back and forth, let's get it. Heartless in the G, yeah, really get lost, okay with it. Ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me. You can try to prove me wrong, you try to give respect, but who we looking for if there was no one left? Ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody.
Can I fly you to the moon? Can we play among the stars? I've been thinking of you lately, took control over my heart. You say that you needed space, atmosphere was in my arms. When I look up at your face, the reflection shows the scars. So I'll fly you to the moon, where we float among the stars. Darkest ocean, never know, but the lights come from afar. I wish this would never end. I've been trying to pretend something's wrong in this within.
Let's
The
go,
reflection seems to
Yankees! What is going on, everybody, and welcome to GameSZN Live. It is I, and I am him, the Mustache Poppy, and I am here with my good friend, Mr. Ozzie Guillen Jr. Sir, my guy, how you doing?
I'm upset. I wanted 11 runs at least. I had an over on the game, and I'm upset that Aaron did not bunt at least to tie the game up again.
Hey, that's trust me, I'm very upset with Aaron Boone almost daily. So now you feel a little bit of our pain, all right? When I'm not the biggest, I'm not the biggest Aaron Boone fan. You already know that.
I'm just saying, I just think like they played that last game, like they're up 8 games in first place. Like they need these wins as much as the White Sox do. So playing at home, I would have thought that he was going to go in and bunt Glaber and let Rizzo come up with Volpe at third base ball pitch.
Yeah.
Fly ball to the outfield, fly ball to short center field. You're scoring Volpe. So I'm surprised that he didn't go with that.
Well, that's Yankee baseball so far this year. The count is now 1-1. Randy Vasquez on the mound, making his second start for the Yankees. The 1-1 to Frazier is a rip foul.
You were telling me about Frazier. You said
your good friend. It's your favorite. This the savior of the White Sox.
He is. People love him here.
Red Thunder.
People love the Red Thunder.
Really?
Actually, oh yes, they're like.
You're dead serious. You're not joking with me.
I'm not joking. People love the Red Thunder. He had a couple good games in the outfield, and people are like all on him. It's like some other team's garbage is another team's gold.
That is true. The funny thing about him is I think Yankee fans actually really liked him for a while. And when he was coming up, they made the trade. They got him, and that one is fouled away again. And he just started saying like stupid things. Like one time he was like, he wants to wear number 7, like Mickey Mantle's number. And there was a lot of like strange comments. And even CC Sabathia at one point got mad and was like, how is this guy even still making headlines? Like, who the hell is this kid?
Yeah.
And the Yankees kind of got sick with him. The fans really got tired of him. And that was it. And then he was gone.
He was a promising star. And again, I think that's where the White Sox are trying to get right now.
Exactly.
High ceiling, very low risk. And so he's been very quiet here. He has never, I don't think he's even talked to the media.
Probably the best thing he can do.
Probably.
That's the best thing he can do is just be quiet.
So he's a 4th outfielder, which he's leading off today, which should be a very positive for the Yankees from a weaker lineup. But the Yankees
that's a solid at bat right there. He draws the walk against Vasquez, who we all know. If anybody knows anything about Vasquez, he does walk a lot of guys. So, the White Sox could be in line for a couple of walks today.
And it's going to be interesting because the White Sox don't walk a lot.
Right.
We'll see how Vasquez does. If he has trouble walking guys on the White Sox, it means it's a really, really bad outing for him. I think this kid Vasquez for the Yankees, though, is a huge, huge, huge player if they want to be able to advance late in the postseason and even get a good seed, meaning get a good wild card seed or division.
They're gonna need somebody like him to step up in the rotation, especially now with Nestor being out. So somebody's gonna have to step up a little, maybe even later in the year, a bullpen role.
Well, yeah, for sure. Because I don't think I saw Rondon warming up the other day. He coming back.
Apparently so. So that's a great thing to actually talk to you about because, and guys, by the way, in the chat, you guys know I'm going to get to the roll call, get to you all. But you're very familiar with Carlos.
I am. So Rondon, when he was on, and the reason I think that he's not a Chicago White Sox, number one, he got real expensive at the end. He was not given a qualifying offer, which was very surprising to a lot of White Sox fans, piss off a lot of fans actually. Yep. But it was a career on injuries, and that's always been his knock. When he was healthy, he was able to throw the ball very well, but his knock was always the injuries, and he was a huge risk. I think other than the drum, but again, the drum has the Cy Youngs to talk about.
Yeah,
Rondon was probably the scariest signing of any team making long term because of just the history. But he pitched really well in San Diego, so kind of, made teams believe that he was not going to get hurt again, which again, you cannot guarantee at all.
Yep, this one popped up. Let's see if this is going to stay in play. Rizzo over. He's going to have room, and there's one away. That's a big out for Vasquez and the Yankees.
With big sheets up. And those are the types of this is where the White Sox have been struggling. They don't move the guy over. They're going with Sheets, the power guy, at number 2. And again, it's been a combination of Sheets, Jake Berger, but they're still trying to find themselves. Again, a horrible April has put them in the situation they're in.
They've played better as of late, though, haven't they?
They have. They've had
that based off their record.
The record, actually, they're only 3 games out of the horrible American League Central.
Yeah, and here's a very dangerous bat, Luis Robert. It was an absolute monster.
Pantera is dangerous if he is on. If he is off, he is like a little kitty. He is horrible.
The 1-0 incoming. Got to throw some strikes here to pitch. Is going to be fouled away. 94 on the hands. Funny thing about when Ashley Rodon, so Carlos's wife, I remember early on you telling me that she gets involved a little bit, like on social media. And
she's a big Twitter.
Boy, she shot down John Boy Media. I mean, she went to work on them quick.
Yeah. She's and again, I think Chicago's a little bit different with that.
Yeah.
With the media and the fans. New York is
an animal. New York's a different animal, man.
I've seen tough dudes get melted by New York.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Destroyed. Which is the reason I don't think it's a city made for every type of player. When you made it in New York, which is the reason I thought it was great that they signed Judge back, is because he proved that he can do it in the Big Apple.
Right.
But that was one of my big concerns. Can Carlos handle this pressure of New York? They don't care anything. They don't care less about what kind of dogs you like, your political views.
Nothing.
They care about
just do it on the field.
That's all they care about.
That's it.
You could. It doesn't matter who you are. Or what you do off the field, they care about winning, and it's very different than Chicago. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew because I know Yankees fans, they were going to accept the DL, but when they saw that he was not going to pitch for a while, they were going to come after him, and that's something.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think what got her upset, and I'll be honest with you, I actually agreed. I loved what she said. I think it was 100% correct. As the 1-2 is about to be delivered to Robert, the 1-2 pitch from Vasquez is in the dirt. Count as 2-2. Basically, John Boy Media said that somebody told him that Rodon will not pitch all season at all. Like, he's done. He's not pitching.
That's wrong.
And she came out, and was just like, no. From a good source, he will be pitching this year. And again, and she stood up for her man. I don't blame her.
Well, she should stand up for him. So I think that it's a comment with no backing up.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing about Rondon that I know that he's been compared to other Yankee pitchers. My boy Carl Pavano for one of them.
Yes.
I don't think
that's fair.
I don't think his work ethic is my boy CP's.
I agree. I agree with that.
My boy Carl has been known for not going 100% even before he was Yankee.
2-2. Hey, struck him out. High fastball. Nice pitch.
Chasing.
One away.
And again, I think that Rodon is not that guy. I think that he will work his butt off. He will do everything in his power to be on the mound. So even if it's like coming back too early and trying to help out, he wants to compete.
Do you think when he's healthy, and I believe he will be, I think we'll see him probably in July, in June, late June, early July at some point.
He's the number 3 in the Yankees.
Well, I was going to say, do you think that 1-2 punch is arguably the best in baseball of Cole and him? Could it be if they're healthy?
In all of baseball?
Yes. In the American League. Let's just say the American League.
Let's go down the list of who's out. There's not a lot of 1-2 punches. So not the White Sox. So the White Sox
Definitely not the White Sox. I mean, Houston has who? Framber Valdez, and
I think Houston has guys.
there's a base hit the left field. It'd be first and second now with 2 away.
I think Houston has guys that have like names, like building up names. But like when you think about nasty, like, oh, you're facing these 2 guys. I think Tristan McKenzie and Beaver, when they're healthy,
True.
could argue that. But I think with like I've actually done it and I've actually succeeded at doing it. I think no, because I don't think you have anyone that's been that close to Cy Young or won the Cy Young that are a 1 and 2.
Right.
So I would say that's probably the best 1 and 2 arms in the league, in the American League, when they're healthy.
Definitely. Here's Moncada, a guy that everybody knows that I'm pretty fond of. First and second, 2 out. So the young Vasquez looking to get out of the inning here. The pitch is low. Good changeup right there, but low out of the zone. Moncada, man, we were talking about him before we went live. I don't know how I don't look up and this guy's hitting 280 with a 850 OPS. I don't get it.
He's been injured a lot. So injuries have been his issue. And here in Chicago, they're not fans of the way that he plays. He's very smooth, a lot of swagger, meaning not that he's like showing off anything, super quiet guy, but just goes about his business very manually.
That's going to end the inning. That's going to end the inning right there.
So I could see that being an issue. And again, when you look at a guy who's a switch hitter, his talent level, you expect more. And when you wear green batting gloves and green everything, you're calling yourself out. Like he's got an earring today. He's got a cross in his. He's got the Barry Bonds.
So you got the good Barry Bonds.
At least be hitting
15
right home runs to cap.
Definitely. If you got the Barry Bonds, you got. I would say you got to have at least 20 plus on that one if you're doing that, man.
Yeah.
But
so that's why he gets called out.
Let me see what's going on in this chat over here. We got Anthony Garcia. Got my guys in here. Anthony Medina, Jason, Val, Rick, Yankees, Kyle, Chris, Fritty, Fritz, Melinda. How you doing? We got Ozzie Guillen in the chat. Ozzie Jr. in there. Okay, Ozzie, I see you popping in there right there. Multitasking action.
Oh.
So what's going on, chat? How you guys doing? I know it was a tough loss in game 1. But it is what it is. Hopefully we get this one back. Yankees are in for some trouble, man. I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
How's the rest of the month for them?
They don't have a bad schedule. Like I think the Yankees are past their toughest part of their schedule.
Okay.
So it's going to get a little easier for them. The problem being is without Judge, man, they're just they have nothing. I mean, they really don't. They have nothing at all.
It's probably the most depleted lineup. So I was golfing this morning with Ozzie Sr. Again, knows a lot about baseball, and he was like, him and Oni got into it because he was like, I don't see that. I don't see the Yankees. I don't see how good, I don't see.
I agree with him. We've all said
it's a weird team. He's like, it's a weird team without Judge. It's like Stanton has a lot of holes, and he knows again, Giancarlo as well. It's like Rizzo. He's like, how long is he going to play good for? He's like, it's a weird team. He's like, he's like, it's not your typical Yankees team when you go, oh my God, this is a really good team. And then my brother Oni argued and said, well, they're 8 games above 500. And then I said, well, to Yankee standards, they're not as good as they should be. To everybody else's standard, if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates, you're like, this is the greatest team of all time.
And that's exactly what I was trying to, and obviously, Eric Kratz, but that's what I was trying to let him understand is the pitch is outside. A lot of times, when I was bringing up like Brian Cashman, how he's had a job since the late 90s and he hasn't won since 09. And he's like, yeah, but you make the playoffs every year. But that doesn't matter to Yankee fans. At the end of the day, with Yankee fans, that is expected. But when you don't win for as long as exactly.
You're the Real Madrid of baseball. I don't care what anybody says. Other teams will argue when you wear the pinstripes from a fan base standpoint, from a team standpoint, at least in my lifetime, I could say, you always are there to win the whole.
Of course.
Thing. Maybe the Dodgers are in that mix, like legitly. Atlanta, they have done it, but you don't feel the pressure.
You don't feel the same way like that.
You don't feel the pressure. You don't feel when you go to Yankee Stadium, even when you go there as a visitor, like visiting team, the first time you go, you're like, man, you get the chills. Like, okay, we're in Yankee Stadium. This is, half the cities that you go to, there's 2 beat writers, for both sides.
Yankees got 12.
Stadium, 12, and everybody is just a different monster. So I think that for their standards, they're underperforming. Yes, and they have different standards. I don't care when you look up and you see the 26 banners.
No question about it.
So that's why I think that pressure is a little different.
What's up with Clevenger this year? I know he was injured early on.
Well, he had his issues, obviously, off the field, which I don't think affected him from a pitching standpoint. Started off really hot, then had a couple bad outings, went down injured a couple starts ago, but has been pretty much average, like not a liability. I actually think that he might be a guy that they could move. Very friendly,
I would expect him to be honest.
very friendly contract, because the White Sox have to do something very unique, which the Yankees could consider doing. This is trading to improve while still competing.
The Yankees.
I'm saying
no
both
doubt.
teams need to try to do that, because I don't think
agree.
they're the best versions. You got to think about the years, the following years. Finally the Yankees got rid of Aaron Hicks. It took so long.
2-1 count on Gleyber Torres. Nobody on, one away here in the bottom of the first.
But it's like, if you haven't won with this core, you might want to give it a different look.
Yeah.
That's
one of the main arguments. That's one of the main arguments that I have with a lot of people, as the 2-1 is going to also be low. Good at bat so far by Gleyber. Got a super chat too by JC, says, "Sup Pete and Ozzy. Hey Ozzy, how you doing?" One of the big things that we talk about as Yankee fans a lot is, and I'll ask you this question: if you're the New York Yankees GM and Gleyber Torres only have 1 year left, are you willing to give Gleyber Torres $100 million or just trade him?
No way.
Thank you.
$100 million and Gleyber is Venezuelan. And I want guys to make as much money as possible. Well, maybe with Cashman, because he has obviously jobs. $100 million.
2 away, guys.
I would be just as bad as the White Sox giving Benintendi 75.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's no way in hell. And look, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody gives it to Gleyber though.
The bar, you know what? The bar is so low. The bar is so low right now for $100 million.
Exactly.
That if Gleyber hits 20 home runs,
he'll get it.
He'll get it.
He'll get it from somebody.
And because somebody will pay him.
Yep. That's why I'm sitting there saying, like, people are like, well, you can't trade him. Like, yeah, but the Yankees
but if you
aren't going to keep him.
You haven't, and this is a part where it's like, they haven't developed a Gleyber Torres. Like, you can't develop a guy that's a below average defensive player who drives in 70 runs. How many did Gleyber drive in last year?
Lined at the middle, but right there is the shortstop, and that'll end the inning as Rizzo continues to slump. And that'll end the inning.
And Glaber's a guy that's like concerning because he had that one good year. And one good year.
Well, that was the juice ball season, to be fair.
That's what I mean. One good year, for whatever the reason, whatever the season, small fields. If you have one good year, it's just as if you had one bad year.
Yeah.
When you're a good player. But the one good year player scares me. Moncada falls on that.
Yeah.
By the way, that Rizzo ball, I just saw a replay of it. Isn't that a shift violation? The guy's like literally on the other side of the bag.
I think when he starts, he can't be on that side.
Okay, I was going to say, I was like, that's weird. I was like, that was a base hit without the shift. But
by the way, your father has the greatest line ever on analytics.
What is it?
On foul territory. If nobody watched that, you got to go see it. They said, what were your thoughts about analytics? He said, fuck analytics.
Oh, yeah, fuck analytics. So you know why he says that, though? Half of these people out there don't know what the fuck they're talking about when
it's obvious, man.
They were taking like 5th grade math as seniors in high schools, but they know analytics.
Yeah.
They think that these GMs are looking at baseball savants.
Yeah.
Because they're looking at and it's not that. Here in Chicago right now, the eye pitch is the big thing. And it's like, you can look at the numbers and you can manipulate, but everyone's like, oh, he's an analytical manager. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like really, like it's a buzzword. It's a marketing word.
Yeah.
Like, can you read an Excel spreadsheet? Guys, I know Aaron. Okay. I know other managers out there. They're not coding. Okay. He's not writing an algorithm to be able to give you that's analytical. When you have an algorithm and you have, so it's this new buzzword of like, I understand the information. I like a little bit more extra spreadsheets. Our meetings are a little bit longer. Our numbers are a little bit better. But I feel like this. I feel like accounting is old school. Excel is analytics. It's still the same shit, but you just get to the numbers a lot faster.
Right.
So if you see Gleyber Torres, like, man, the ball's coming off his bat. Great. He knows he's going to get hits. You're trying to build a winner. Baseball has become the sport where they're looking at individual stats, and they've forgotten, and the Yankees, most of them.
The human element.
Not only the human element. Can I put a team together to win? And this is the argument I always make. Were there better shortstop than Derek?
This one hit in the air to right field from Berger deep down the line. That's a foul ball. Count as 1-1.
Ooh, I thought he was going to go deep again. But okay, this kid, Jake Berger. Okay,
he's a good player, man. I like this guy.
He finds a way. So I'll go back to the Yankee example. Do I think that there was better shortstop in the Derek Jeter era, and that there's 10 better shortstop than him in the history of baseball? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Might have been overrated defensively, maybe. Did he get hits because of longevity? Maybe. But he put himself, he is a winner.
Yeah, facts.
He built a culture of winning around him as a captain.
Yep.
So guys like that, the game of baseball has gone away from of like, hey man, this guy figures it out. Like this Mark Burley, like this guy figures out a way to win. Guys like David Wells, like
Yep.
on the numbers, they might not be like, numbers might not be jumping at you, but they're winners. And the game has gone away from that. And they're obsessed with these individual stats of like, oh, this guy can do this. It's like, well, can he win? Is his team winning?
And Burger grounds out the short.
That's why I think Ohtani, he's fun. His fucking team's horrible, never made it. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah. I'd rather have like a Bryce Harper. Why? I'm like, the guy's played every year. Why I love CC Sabathia with the Yankees? Because the guy
always take the ball.
Every team that he played on won. CC won in Cleveland, CC won in Milwaukee, CC won in New York, and every team that he went was competitive. So I like that competitive edge, and that's when you look at a kid and you say, okay, can I maybe go a little bit lesser in talent and more in like a winner, like Gleyber right there. That last game, okay, Gleyber maybe he's up to bat and he's like not feeling great, and he bunts the guy over, and the team wins. Now they're like, wow, what a team player. Of course. And we're talking about him how he sucks and he just didn't drive the run in. Yep. So those are the types of things that I think the game of baseball today doesn't hold against you and doesn't need you to do it to reward you. So winning as a team does not give you more money.
Yep, no doubt. 2-1 on Grandal, who obviously signed a big deal with the White Sox, hasn't really fully lived up to that contract. Count is now 2-2.
He's a walk machine, gone deep. Again, he's got the herniated disc, and he's battled, and he's going to be a guy that's a free agent. Came back in great shape. Not bad for the money that he got. There's way worse contracts in the situation. But at the time when he got signed was, do we need a catcher? And
hit on the ground a second, and that'll end the inning. Nope, 2 outs. My bad, guys. 2 outs there.
So, again, the construction of this team has been something that, again, you bring a Moncada to New York, you take Gleyber to the Sox, you move Gleyber to another team, and their careers can be refreshed, something new, a new look, and it might be what the team needs. And I think that both of these teams are in that situation of like, they're not the best versions of themselves.
No, the Yankees should be way better. And that's something that, this channel specifically talks a lot about, especially in the offseason. That one is low to Gonzalez, count as 1-0, 2 outs, and nobody on top of the second. It's one of the things that I talk about a lot is that they just seem to make wrong moves, call strike on the corner 1-1. It's just odd because I told you before, they got a kid Peraza in AAA who's hitting like 340 right now. He's doing phenomenal. Everybody thought he'd be the shortstop. They end up sending him down because Volpe was so good in spring. And now you're looking around going, well, Donaldson's playing third base. You know what I mean? Donaldson's playing third. You got DJ.
He was never brought to play, and he wasn't never brought to play third base. And it's like the Falafa signing, which I'm still wondering why they did it.
Yeah, that trade.
I'm just saying though, because you had those guys in the system, and you're like, oh, these guys, even without them producing, you had Volpe, you had Peraza, you had Oswaldo Cabrera, like guys that were like, okay, these kids could probably play infield and probably, kind of figure it out. And then you went and made a move for an infielder who wasn't that great defensively to begin with. And it's like iffy on the hitting. So again, it's one of those situations of like, it just one of those moves that did not really make sense on the Yankee. I knew Volpe was going to have a hard year when he kissed the jersey.
Oh yeah. Oh,
when I saw his name, but when I saw him as a little kid, as a Yankee, I saw him kiss the jersey.
It's tough, man.
It's just hard, man. It's just hard. The guy's going to go play short.
It's the other conversation too. Like as the inning is over, guys, there was a ground out there to end the inning. It'll be Donaldson, Bowers, and IKF coming up for the Yanks in the bottom of the second. But the whole thing with Volpe is tough too because, he skipped AAA, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with a guy doing it if you feel like he's ready. The problem with a thing like Volpe right now is when you're 22 years old, you're playing shortstop for the New York Yankees. The way he was expected to be, and this is what I try to warn everybody, I'm like, lower your expectations that this is the next Derek Jeter. Like, stop listening to the Yankees propaganda. Don't listen to that nonsense. I was hoping for a 240 average, 20 homers, and 30 stolen bags. I'm like, what? I think amazing. That's still a bit, but I think he could do it. But he's on pace to hit, 20 plus homers easily. He's on pace to steal maybe almost 40 bags.
He's amazing on the bases, so that's why I think he deserves.
He's great on the base pads. He's phenomenal on the base pads
because he's a threat, even when he's not playing on the field. I think, and again, I think his expectations, guys, he can't even beat Derek Jeter off the field if he paid for it.
It's very hard. That's just a rare thing.
No one is Derek Jeter. That's never going to happen. Even if there's a player that's better than Derek Jeter numbers wise, which, for example, Aaron Judge will be better than Derek Jeter number wise. It's not his numbers in the back, in the walk for a reason, man. Like,
correct. All that winning is always going to be there.
And if Volpe is half of Derek Jeter and you're happy and you get one ring with him, you're like, wow, this is pretty good. I think he's very talented. I like him. Again, I think that he has some. I think if he's on a traditional Yankee team, you don't care that the way that he's playing because they're winning and he's just developing. Yeah. But right now, everyone's desperate, so they look at him and say, "Oh, you need to be the savior." And it's like, well, does he? He should be hitting ninth and no one worrying about him.
0-2 on Donaldson. Every Yankee fan's favorite player right now. 185 on the season, 4 homers, 5 RBIs, 9 games. He's hit for homers, but not doing much else for Donaldson.
And they got to ride him until he gets hurt because I know he will go on the DL.
Oh, yeah, and he already has. So he recently just got off, and I think that's the main reason, too, why the Yankees also, they have Peraza playing third base every now and then, too, in AAA. So
and
just in case if he does go down. I don't know. I think
why not go young?
That's every Yankee fan's question, is this one is popped up, it's going to go foul. So your father knows Peraza's dad.
And Oswaldo Cabrera.
Oswaldo Cabrera. And Peraza's always been known as a guy that's an unbelievable fielder.
Unbelievable fielder who's developed into a very good bat and very smart baseball player, meaning he grew up around the game. He knows the game of baseball. So
I don't understand how he's not up yet, and 0-2 is incoming to Donaldson. But I did hear something recently, hit on the ground softly and right back to Clevenger, just went away. One of the things I heard recently, listen to this, and it could be true, I don't know, is that the Yankees don't like that he doesn't go to right field enough. He pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls. And I'm kind of just sitting there saying,
have they looked at their roster?
That's my point. I'm sitting there going, but who the hell's on this team that they got the nerve to say that? Like, it's just a ridiculous thing if that's the case. And I was told that actually yesterday afternoon that's one of the things they have him trying to work on. But the kid's hitting 340 in AAA. There's not much else he could accomplish down there. Like, why would you just leave him there when this team desperately needs young players?
Well, fresh, like young players. And again, like that's when you see a guy like Donaldson. If Donaldson was like scorching and destroying it, you're like, okay, I understand why he's here. But again, when you got young guys like that, they're just only going to learn how to play in the big leagues at that point. So
that's right. 2-0 on Bowers. Bowers having a little bit of a rebound in his career with the Yankees.
And again, here's the other thing. If you're thinking about the future, why not try it now?
Yeah, and at least, I'm okay with them doing that. As he pops up to Moncada, he makes the catch, that's 2 away. I'm okay with them giving at-bats to a guy like Bowers, who's not relatively, old. He's still in his late 20s.
He could, again, you don't have an outfielder.
And you don't have an outfielder, and he also plays a little bit of first base, so he's versatile. You can move around him.
Aaron Hicks put him in a predicament, not working out.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt about it. That whole Hicks contract was, I think it was a night. Even when they signed it, everybody was kind of like, really? 7 years? $10 million?
He's just very promising. I think they saw him playing golf. He's an amazing golf player.
I heard that. I heard he's a great golfer.
Great golfer.
0-1 on IKF, who might need to start taking up golf at some point over the next couple of seasons.
And IKF played in Texas. And I'm sorry, in Texas, no one, you don't have nutty fans that know exactly everything about the game and getting covered by 7,000
Yankee fans don't play, man. Yankee fans don't play, not at all. And that's what I was explaining that the Kratz is like, we don't want to hear that, you make the postseason. It doesn't matter. This one's lined to center field. It stays up, and that'll end the inning.
They fired Joe Girardi 1 out away from going to the World Series.
Right, and it was one of the worst things they ever did because during that time, and this is another issue I have, and I'm not saying that there's not guys out there that should coach a team if they've never played in the majors. I'm okay with that. The problem is I think having too much of that. So the Yankees went from having guys like Joe Girardi, Tony Pena, Larry Boa, that anybody who knows anything about you, like these guys are all baseball people. Like they know their baseball, no doubt about it. Then they went now from Dylan Lawson, he's the new hitting coach, never played even college ball, He's the hitting coach of the Yankees. This guy the other day said, I don't care about offensive stats as long as we're scoring runs and winning games. But he said this when the Yankees were not scoring runs and winning games. And then he said, listen to this one. This is the best one yet. Anthony Volpe is batting a professional 200. What the hell does that even mean?
So here's the part. I think coaching staffs need to be balanced. Okay. There needs to be a balance. But the Yankees are actually one of the most top-heavy teams analytical wise.
Yeah.
So that's going to come back and backfire on you when you've had so much success with other types of coaches and other types of organizations where you had Joe Torre and you had freaking Popeye and you had Tony Pena. And, it was a place where freaking managers like Ozzie Guillen would be a bench coach and it wouldn't be you wouldn't be surprised. Like, yeah, there was somebody else's manager. Now he's our bench manager. That's just something that's just New York Yankees. That it kind of rubs you the wrong way. And the part where this is a new analytical thing of guys saying, well, they're doing the right. It happens during the White Sox all the time. They're doing the right thing. We worked out today. We saw the eye pitch. We're doing the right work. We read the
process.
The process is perfect. And it's like,
there you go.
Between the process, the difference between a Hall of Famer, a good player, and a shitty player in the big league level is, can a guy make adjustments? The guys that make adjustments pitch by pitch, Hall of Famers. The guys that make adjustments at bat to at bat make a little bit less money. And
Andrews grounds out as one away.
So the longer it takes you to make an adjustment, again, both teams are trying to get you out. They have this new mentality of like, it happens also with pitching where you got a guy shirtless in the offseason, sitting there with a gun. He smells some sea salts, and then he throws the ball as hard as he can. Everyone starts jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Great. You're in the middle. You're in the offseason wearing no shirt and nobody's around. Good for you. I want to see you at Yankee Stadium on the 4th of July weekend with a runner on second.
That's right.
Or you're in Fenway Park.
This one popped up down the right field line as just foul, so the count is 1-1 on Clint Frazier.
That's what I want to see, and that's where I want to see. Like, I wish that Oswaldo Cabrera can give Peraza his swagger.
Yeah,
because I don't think New York scares him. I've never seen a guy have more swagger hitting 190 in my life.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He don't care. Like, even today when he gets a base hit, he's like, "Hey man, I just got an RBI single." He's like hopping up and down, like I'm still hitting 200.
He feels very comfortable. So, but I want to see, because the quicker that he gets up to the big leagues, the quicker we're going to see him do that. And then this guy, that's when a guy with those experiences can grab you to the side and say, "Hey man, this is how you go about it." That hitting coach never sniffed big leagues. When he goes on the road,
that bothers me, man.
But when they go on the road and they give him his yellow envelope, which I don't know if they do anymore, and he's in the hotel and there's the bus, that's all new to him. He's not explaining to anybody what's the big league way.
Yep.
That's where I see there's an issue.
1-2 here on Frazier. And I think one of my biggest problems is, the Yankees pitching coach is also basically in the same exact boat as the hitting coach is. He never pitched in the major leagues, in Matt Blake. And Matt Blake is very, very analytical and very big in technology. The 1-2 is outside, 2-2. But my concern is if this guy comes to the mound and he's trying to tell these guys, hey, look, you're doing this wrong and that wrong, I almost would be accustomed to say, hey, man, you never even been here. Why am I listening to you for?
So if a guy's going to talk to me about like, hey, your slide, or throw this guy a slider, but if he comes to me and says, how do you feel? I would say you cannot relate. You have no experience.
And I'm sitting there for myself saying, is this ego talking, or would this be
No. Like, so I'm going to be honest with you. So I had a conversation 2 years ago with, I'm cool friends with Cease, and he's going to pitch in the postseason. And we're texting, and I say, hey, has anyone talked to you?
2-2 count.
Has anyone talked to you about pitching in the postseason? Like energy. He's like, oh yeah, we went through our numbers. And I said, no. I'm talking about emotionally.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I said, you've never pitched
in a postseason.
In guaranteed rate, US Cellular Field, whatever they want to call it. You've never pitched with it being sold out. The most fans we've ever seen is a Cubs Sox, which is baby cakes compared to the playoffs. It's been they haven't gone to the playoffs since 2012. Okay, what was a COVID year. Those fans are going to be drinking from 1 o'clock, and it's going to be all blacked out, and people are going to be jumping up and down.
Hit on the ground to Volpe, goes behind the bag, fires. He gets Frazier. That's 2 away.
He's got a great arm. Your adrenaline is going to be pumping. If you're not ready mentally, when you walk out of the dugout for the first time and everyone starts jumping up and down, when you're walking to the bullpen to warm up, you might be overhyped. What happened? He pitched great first inning, 3-4 miles per hour crazier. Energy, got in trouble the second, third inning. Those are things that a former translator, son of a coach, the big league coach should have been telling him that. The pitch coach. And when people ask me, "Oh, how do you know this?" I walked with Jose Contreras every single day to every single start that he had for a whole season. So the first time we went in the playoffs, that we went and walked down, I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." By the time we were doing the World Series, I couldn't feel my legs, and I warmed up every single time with Jose Contreras prior to every start. And in the World Series, I couldn't warm up. I couldn't touch the ball. My ass was so tight. I was so scared. I was like, I thank God I am not the one that's pitching. I felt like Steve Nebraska in that movie.
1 and 2.
Run away. I was like Steve Nebraska. I was literally shitting my pants.
1 and 2 on sheets. 2 outs, nobody on base.
So those things are things that, as a pitching coach in the big leagues, and now with so much money in the game, I'm like, why don't you hire a guy that's analytical and a guy that's experienced and combine both?
And that's the thing too, right? Because a lot of these coaching staffs now, they're way bigger than they used to be. I think the year Atlanta won the World Series, they had like 19 coaches hitting the air to center field. I don't think this is deep. No, it's not. Out there as IKF and make the catch that'll end the inning. But I remember that, man, because I remember when Atlanta won, it was like, oh, the Yankees are gonna. The next year was like the Yankees added 5 or 6 more coaches. And I'm like, what the hell do you need 47 coaches for in a club?
Well, if you're gonna add those coaches in whatever shape or form that it is, mix it up.
And that, exactly. And that's what I'm getting, like what you were just saying. Have the guys who've been there. Maybe you have some of these guys that have a new age way of doing things, and maybe it balances. I think the Yankees.
I like.
And by the way,
Houston,
Eric Kratz said the same thing. Eric Kratz said the Yankees did get rid of a lot of really good baseball people and basically went almost pure analytical.
And that's dangerous because then the guys that are pure baseball, they get scared and they become analytical and they get they get scared because their job's on the line. And now you're just talking numbers because you're like, oh, I'm gonna get fired, and you don't go the way that you're gonna go in like a Phil Nevin type of guy who's more on the real baseball side. You're gonna go about things. You start like getting scared and saying, hey, and I know this from friends of mine that work in baseball where they're like, dude, I'll talk analytical and I'll pretend and I'll go that route because if I make a stand, I'll probably get fired. I'll rub people the wrong way, and I don't want to lose my job. I got a mortgage and I got kids, which is completely understandable. We deal with it in corporate America every day, so I get it. But I like the combination, like the Houston Astros. They got Alex Cintron and Snicker. Okay.
Yeah.
When people talk about Houston's the most analytical team in the world, I'm like, have you ever talked to Alex Cintron? Probably doesn't even own a computer, to be honest with you.
Yep.
A pure 100% baseball guy, but you bring him in and Snicker, and he's communicating what Snicker is probably trying to get through the players. Here's the other part. The communication part of like, you could be the most analytical team ever. If you can't get that information to the players, of course it's easy to get it to a player. Like White Sox here. We got a situation here right now in Chicago where they're like, well, Lucas Giolito and Sheets love the analytics. I'm like, yeah, they both went to college for like fucking 10 years. Lucas Giolito might be working in corporate, might be like a vice president somewhere of a right. You're trying to talk to freaking Pantera. You know what I mean? Like it's just different levels of like the information.
Correct. You gotta have that balance and act.
You gotta have that balance, and you have to be able to like make guys feel comfortable of like what is the information that you need. Like I'm sure Derek Jeter was not consuming the same information.
No, not at all. Or Girardi. As that's a swing and a miss to count as 1-on-1 of McKinney. And that's another thing too with Jeter. Jeter actually said that recently too, that the biggest thing that has changed in baseball since he played is analytics, is that how much it's controlling front offices and stuff. And that's baseball today. But
so are you watching the game
on the ground at second base?
Game happens and everybody goes down and looks at the iPad.
Oh yeah, I see it all the time.
And that's the biggest thing when I talked about the cheating scandal with Houston. Everyone's like, "What do you think about it?" What do I think about it? I said it would have never happened in the 90s. What do you mean? I said people would have been gotten drilled. There would have been 100% fights. The first moment they thought somebody was cheating, they would have drilled somebody, and they would have kept drilling somebody, and it would have just kept going on until somebody stopped.
Yeah.
But since everybody basically doesn't watch the game, because if you're watching the game and if you grew up in baseball and you've seen that live, and you're like, man, guys are staying off that curve
good pitches, easily, really good freaking pitches. Yeah,
you're like this something's off because
something's up. Yeah.
To the common people like me and you, like that are not every day in the clubhouse, maybe you're watching the game, you're not really paying attention. You're probably paying more attention than the average fan because now you're doing every game.
Yeah,
paying attention.
1-on-1 on Trevino.
So when that's your life, you know every little thing that's off. You know if a guy's looking a little bit off, like you know if like a guy's like, oh, this guy looks too comfortable. What's going on? That stuff just becomes second nature. But are they watching the game? Okay, and that's what you need to do and like really pay attention to it, and not again going back to the last game of bunting sucks. Yes, if it's the first inning and you have another 8 innings to score, but if it makes it easier for you to get the winning run to third,
you do it. Hit on the ground is short, and it's quickly going to be 2 away as Trevino continues to struggle. That'll bring up Anthony Volpe, who the Yankees are hoping.
Do you like Trevino, by the way? Are you a big Trevino guy? He thinks he's a great defensive catcher.
Well, here's the thing. I'll be honest. I'll tell you the truth about Trevino, and I know for a fact, you know a lot about catchers. Venezuela has some of the best catchers in the planet.
Where's Trevino from?
He's born in America. He's born in Texas.
As long as he is not Dominican, we're good.
No, he's not. He's not Dominican. He's born.
Dominican catchers do not have a great track record.
No, not at all. Corpus Christi is, I believe, where he's born. There's a call strike to Volpe. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know how the hell he won a platinum glove. Not that he's bad. I don't think he's a bad defensive catcher. But he doesn't have an arm. This year, he's not framing great. I don't know if it's that he just feels different as Volpe pops this one in the air to right field. Who's going to be there?
Framing is BS. I think good pitching gives you good framing
over. Yeah, I agree with that 100%, no doubt. But from just seeing somebody that, hey, he was a platinum glove winner. I don't see a platinum glove winner when I watch Trevino every day. And I watch him every single day.
Like,
and it has nothing to do with the bat.
He's not better than Posada defensively.
I think he's better than Posada defensively.
He is? Okay.
He don't have Posada's arm. Definitely not. Posada had a better arm than he did.
I don't see him every day. Again, I don't see him every day like you guys do. And again, I think that other than the numbers of guys running on him, he seems to be pretty legit. Again, with a guy with his offensive numbers, you need to be a defensive stud.
Exactly. And I think, most people would probably say he is, but he doesn't seem like the same guy he was last year. And I don't know if maybe he was pretty decent offensively last year and it kind of hasn't carried over this year. Maybe it's affecting him behind the plate, but I see him every day again. I don't see a guy that's a platinum glove winner, especially as a catcher. Again,
when you replace Gary Sanchez behind the plate, I look like a platinum glove winner.
There you go. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons. By the way, Gary's out there in San Diego finding a little bit of success now. You know what's funny?
I consider Gary Sanchez for the White Sox.
It makes sense for a lot of clubs. I know I had a couple of friends telling me that when the Yankees needed the DH, they should have brought him back. And I was like, no, he just can't handle it.
I think his time in New York is done.
No doubt about it.
Anywhere in New York, even if it was like with the Staten Island Ducks, he'll never again, even if it's in Central Park playing men's softball.
No, he can't do it in New York.
Baseball and for him in New York is done forever.
Yep. Chat, hit that like button, guys. Smack that like for us.
I'm surprised they've never used him at first base, just because he felt so uncomfortable. I think one of the things you look at, and this is something that you got to keep an eye on your catcher. Catcher's a position where you should not get worse. Okay, so
that's true.
It seems like a guy like Francisco Cervelli, who's a great example.
Yep,
it's into the league, not a catcher originally.
This one is popped up. Right to shortstop, big out right there as Luis Robert is going to be out on the way.
And played himself to become an everyday catcher in Pittsburgh. His defensive numbers, he got better every single time.
Frankie Savelli's the man. I love.
That's what I'm saying, though. But I'm saying you with more experience, even guys that were like average catchers, you don't digress. Seve Zavala this year is regressing. I always look at catchers like from a defensive catcher position, you cannot regress. Meaning you need to stay on top of your game. And that was Gary's problem. When you saw Gary get into the league, he wasn't as bad as he was his last year.
No, he got worse. Every year defensively, Gary got worse.
So I think mentally something must have been up. So I look at catchers, if it's comfort, if it's something that's not working out, you should not be regressing defensively in the catcher.
That's a great point. That's a great point for catchers.
Well, because number one, you're learning the staff better.
Right. And it's and it's very repetitive. They're involved in every single pitch of the baseball game. So you should assume that you would naturally get better.
If it's your first year on a staff, let's say next year they bring a new catcher and it's his first time catching Cole and these guys, it's like it might take spring training is extremely important because you need to be able to feel these guys and kind of like get comfortable.
Right.
But if you're catching the guys that you're worried about is like the new guys that you're getting in from free agency. But if you've been catching a guy 2, 3, 4 years, you're like, dude, you know everything about that pitcher.
Yeah.
You know when he's feeling comfortable. You know how his ball's going to spin. You know how his
2-2 on Jimenez.
You'll be the first one to know if that guy's cheating. You'll be the first one to know what his rotation are. You might not be analytical, but you'll definitely know what the RPMs are because you'll know how many spins are coming through. So those are the things that with time you get better. It's like when you're playing defensively behind a pitcher. Like right now, everybody on the Yankees, when Garrett Cole's in the mound, everyone should just be on automatic. Why? He's been there now for a couple of years. You're not learning anything new. So
this one hit on the ground. Good play by Volpe to his left. Gets up, fires, and he got him. Nice play, Volpe, 2 away.
I think that Volpe, one of the things that people don't talk about Volpe now that he made that play is that I think that no one talks about his defense. He's not as bad defensively as people make him out.
No, he's not. The problem with Volpe, let me, and I think after I explain this to you, I think you're going to agree with me. So before the season began, I'm one of those believers in the Yankees need to trade Gleyber Torres because they're not going to pay him money. So you might as well move on from him. Anthony Volpe, if you look at Volpe, right? He's 5'9". He doesn't have a great arm. He has one of the lowest arm velocities in the league as a shortstop. I think 80 miles an hour roughly, which is right there around with IKF, who was there last year and nobody liked. 1-1 count on Moncada. But he has great range. He's a gamer. He's a ball gamer, no doubt about it. The kid's going to play ball every day. He just reminds me of a Pedroia, of a second baseman. Smaller guy, smaller frame. That'll end the inning. It's been a good start so far by Vasquez. But that's what he reminds me of. And then you got Peraza, who's every scout would tell you is a phenomenal shortstop. A cannon for an arm, great range. Why would you not start the year with that being your up the middle? It just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me.
Well, I think that I'm surprised that was not the combination. And I think the combination of the future, unless you're making a trade, is that.
I think it will be. That's what a lot of people think too, is that they might move him.
It's Volpe Peralta up the middle. Because I think Cabrera might be able to play outfield and be a utility guy. But I don't think Peraza, I don't think that they're preparing him to be a utility guy. I think.
Well, here's a super chat we just got. It kind of touches on Peraza to get your opinion on it. The super chat is from Raw Thompson, my guy. Super chat for the bros. Ozzy Jr., so happy to see you, my brother. I'm curious to know your thoughts on how the Yankees manage prospects like a guy like Peraza, who's now 23 years old, second year now in AAA. Came up last year, hit 300, and he's still in AAA. What are I guess, basically what he's asking there is why? Why did the Yankees do
control? They don't want him to, they don't want to use more control. They have to send him down. Maybe they think that if he does come up, that he won't play every day.
That's probably the main thing as of right now. Yeah.
That he needs to play every day. So they need to, kind of just come up, bring him up and give him the job and find other ways to play. Again, Volpe, I think I don't think the Yankees right now have an everyday second baseman. And that's why the Gleyber Torres situation with you, what you're bringing up, it makes a great point, which is like the White Sox with Tim Anderson. Unless you're going to extend them,
you trade them.
You trade them because you're not going to use them. So you kind of have to make room up for your. The White Sox did it this year for Jose Abreu, where you moved from Abreu, was going to ask for a lot of money. Not saying that he's a bad player, but you needed to open up a space for Andrew Vaughn and Gavin Sheets and Jake Berger, just because that's the players that your farm system was producing. So you have to be able to move from them.
No doubt. And here's Willie Calhoun takes it high to count as 1-0. Nothing ball game here in bottom of the fourth.
I like Willie with I always liked him in the Angels.
He's done well. For the Yankees. Actually, Aaron Boone came out of nowhere, and fans, including myself, gave Boone a hard time. He's like, "Hey, Willie could bang," and we're like, "All right, well, yeah, the guy's never hit." When he was healthy with Texas for a few years, he hit pretty well, but it's been a while since then. But he's having a good year. He's having a really good year, actually. 712 OPS, not bad. 240 average. He's been serviceable. Put it that way. 1-1 is line to right field. That's a base hit. It's actually the first hit of the game for the Yankees. I doubt he's going to. He is. He's going to. He slides in. He's out. Not even close. He's saying he never got tagged. He wants a check. I don't know what he was doing there.
Cancel the post game.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know.
That base running.
That's terrible base running. Let's see. You're in a tie game. Review this.
You're in a tie.
They do want to review it. They are going to review this.
See, right there. You got to make sure. Don't embarrass yourself, Aaron, right now, reviewing this. Be like, dude, get off the field. Bad baseball. I'm not reviewing bad baseball.
Well, let's see where the tag was. I mean, it looks to me, I got to see it. Let's see the angle from here. It looks like he never tagged him. I don't think he ever touched him.
Well, by the way, if it's up to this umpiring crew after the last game, they're not going to overturn anything because.
See, you know what pisses me off about this, and I know it's a bang bang play.
Well, that I lost money on that bet because they probably would have scored the next inning. Yeah,
I know you lost the money on a bet, but you know what pisses me off? I'm a White Sox fan here. Elvis Andrus is hitting under 200. All he really has is his glove. He's an older veteran. You got to make that damn tag, man.
Oh yeah,
you got to lay that tag on him. I mean, that's all you're gonna be able to do. You got to be able to lay that tag down, man. That would piss me the hell off. I'm a White Sox fan.
You got to sell
I think he missed him. I don't think he got him.
And you know what? Maybe they're like, we need a makeup call from like the last game.
Yeah, I'll take it. Shit, I'll take it. That'll be a leadoff double for Willie Big Bang.
Yeah. We'll see if they were.
Well, they're definitely reviewing it. We're going to see what they say. We got some people saying he's out. We got some saying he's safe.
Yeah, he's.
So a little bit
I
of a
see
back
him
and
out
forth
because
here.
he was so far away from the horrible slide, by the way.
It was a terrible slide. It was.
By the way, if you're a kid and you're watching this at home, please.
Yeah, don't slide that way, please.
Don't slide this way.
TP Joseph is saying he's out. We got Tyler now saying he's safe. So a lot of back and forths in the chat. And guys, we got over 250 in here. Please hit that like button for us. It looks like he might. I mean, it looked like the little string there actually touched him. And I mean, that would be considered out, I'm assuming. Any part of that glove touches him. The call is he's safe.
Oh,
he is
wow.
safe.
Yeah, get
So
makeup call. Makeup call.
I
Makeup
like it.
call
I'm
for
okay
last
with the
game.
makeup call, baby. Look at
Makeup
Booty's
call
happy.
from New York.
Oh, come on, Booty.
Makeup call. Let's get the makeup call.
I'll take it.
By the way, whoever bet that actually, if you're betting the game like play by play, that's a big. Someone just got money back and someone did not, just lost money.
Here's Gleyber Torres, as I call him. Pitch to Gleyber, who right now really needs to just hit the ball to right field, and he swings and drives it in the air to left field and deep. Going back. Oh, that's a 2-run jack job for Gleyber Torres, and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead.
Gleyber. By the way, and that's why, unless you're going to pay him, because he will do that 20 times.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you know, he's a very streaky hitter. He's going to bat 250 to 265, and he's going to drive at 20 homers. Somebody's going to give the kid a lot of friggin' money.
Yeah,
and it can't be the Yankees.
And he's always the upside of his age. Always versatile. He can play multiple positions. So from that end, people need to realize that. Hey,
my guy JC.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend, JC. Gifted a membership, and it goes to Jay Schmeezy. Congratulations, Jay Schmeezy. Got a membership for NyynewsTV.
So what's your mustache's record?
I think my mustache is 2-2, I want to say. So not a great record. So I might, eventually, if Yankees lose this game, if they get beat up by Boston, I think it's going to have to go. But I think I want to keep the stash for Kratz and Braun, the foul territory guys. I think they're going to enjoy that on Tuesday. We're calling the Mets and Yankees game on Tuesday, so that's going to be a great one. 0-2 on Anthony Rizzo, who continues to struggle a bit. This one popped up in the air to right field, not deep. And there's one away. But the mustache is amazing. I mean, I'm a big fan of bringing the mustache back. By the way, too, I got a Hit Dembo song coming out called How You Doing? So.
Oh. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? It sounds great. Don't worry, I'll send it to you when it's out. But the big thing I like to say is how you doing, right? And we have somebody in here to put it together. And they're like, we're going to release the song How You Doing as a Dembo song. Get an artist on it. It's going to be a hit.
By the way, that's awesome. You and your own. By the way, we have to get the rights. I'll be playing that. Number one, I like Dembo. Dembo is will make anyone move their body. And if you don't move to Dembo,
then there's something wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. The 0-1 to JD, Yankees' favorite players inside, count as 101. See, the chat is already saying How You Doing is fire. It's a great song. Great song.
So if the Yankees make a comeback, that'll become.
Yeah. So hopefully the White Sox do not decide to start hitting today. it's outside. 2-1 on JD. Got a super chat here from my guy LA Lou.
So, by the way, you have 2 plays from the shortstop for the White Sox. You have 2 plays from the shortstops that have literally could have changed the games.
Yeah, that's right. This one hit on the ground to short. Field fired. It's 2 away. LA Lou says, grow a beard. Maybe you'll go on a winning streak. LA Lou, I had a beard all year, man. I had a beard all year. Yes, DJ Steels, you put it together. You are the mastermind behind the song, no doubt about it. We have the greatest community ever here, by the way, Ozzy Jr., as you already know, but we've grown so much in this short period of time. So, by the way, how is the that one's outside? I saw something recently that you were commenting on about the White Sox where somebody bought like a sign or like a billboard talking about sell the team.
Yeah, some idiots here in Chicago thought that Jerry Reinsdorf lost sleep over that. They went money on
he didn't give a
billboard. Jerry did not care. They probably could have.
How old is Jerry now?
Jerry's got to be up there almost in the 80s.
80s, right? I figured.
And I'm not saying not just Jerry. I mean, like the franchises won. It's like
they didn't care.
They put up the billboard and they went and showed up at the stadium probably the same day. It's like it's just moronic. I didn't care about the billboard. People thought that I meant it more as like I cared about the billboard. I just thought it's like I know how the billboard is not cheap. So I'm like, you could have donated that money and it could have gone to a better cause other than you putting up a dumb billboard that says sell the team.
That's true. I agree with that. This one drilled the right field down the line. That's a fair ball. That'll be a ground rule double for Jake Bowers, who continues to hit for the Yankees, man. He's
reliving that. So that's why I said that. I said I brought that up. So because for the first time ever on the GameSZN grid, so obviously we have the show being GameSZN and we've done what you're very familiar with the GameSZN family. But I started a show called The Blackout.
Yes,
it was inspired by your show, what you do here. Because,
hey, look at that.
Yeah, because we wanted to go to a place like White Sox fans are extreme. If you're under the age of 27, when Ozzy was getting interviewed, the stuff that these idiots were putting out there about analytics and Ozzy's not analytical, and it's like, dude, I can read and write in 2 languages. Like, how the fuck is not analytical? Like he just called out dumb data and wants to challenge it. Like anybody should. It's like you're like a sheep. Like I literally feel like analytical is like the new word for certain politics. Like you should have common sense. So if you're like, oh, this guy's good, and you're like, oh, I don't think he's good. Like you should be able to have a voice on that. So I've got this whole thing where he's like, exit velocity. He's like, yeah, exit velocity is good when it's helpful. But if a guy's like 0 for 40, I don't care how hard he's hitting the ball.
Well, let me throw something at you real quick with exit velocity. And I've always told people this. I say it's about you got to look at the player that you're looking at this with. Luis Ariz. Everybody was sitting there like Luis Ariz is hitting almost 400. As that's popped up, that's going to end the inning. Luis Ariz's exit velocity sucks. He's hitting 400.
If Luis Ariz starts hitting the ball a little bit harder and he puts on like 20 pounds of weight, he'll probably hit 180.
Yeah, that's exact. And let's be real here. I got in an argument one time because I saw a video, and the video was basically talking about Derek Jeter being the most overrated player. Listen to what this moron actually responded to me. This is how dumb some people are. He goes, oh, based off the analytics, Derek Jeter wasn't just... I said, okay, whatever. Let me ask you this question because I know how analytics works. And one thing about me, I study it all. So I know all of it.
Yeah.
I do shows. I have guests on. I want to know that I know what I'm talking about. Tony Gwynn's exit velocity also would have sucked. Was he overrated?
So what?
And the guy goes, oh, if he played today, he wouldn't have been that good. I said,
you're
out of your fucking mind.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot who's never. So here's the thing. So the game of baseball today, half of the guys that are playing today would have never played back then.
Yeah.
It's because of the strikeout rate.
Yep.
Just they would have been sent.
Never would have been allowed.
It would have been like the Ron Kittles, John Deere of the world, the Rob Deeres of the world. Jim Leyritz would have made so much money in this era in baseball. Just go deep, strike out. Like it's just a different game. Oh, you can't play defense. You don't have a job. Like you didn't have a glove. You're not working in baseball. DH was saved for legit DHs. That's when what the fuck does he, based on the analytics? Based on the analytics, it tells me that Derek Jeter has 3,000 hits, 4 rings.
That's exactly what I said,
like,
man.
Based on what analytics? Like
and on top of that, like How can you? And I
But I'm saying,
understand.
but what
people-
analytics though? But I'm saying when they're talking about like because of how he hit the ball or like defensive metrics, defensively, it's not his fault that he is limited by God-given ability. So if you have Cal Ripken Jr. or Ozzie Guillen, if you ask Cal Ripken, he's like, your father was a way better shortstop than me defensively. Like,
right.
There's a picture in my house that says, to a real shortstop, I'm just a fake version of what I want to be, Ozzie Guillen, because he's like, the balls that Ozzie gets to, I'm never in my life going to get to.
Yeah,
but guess what?
One-on-one on Burger.
The ones that he did get to, Cal Ripken, he was very good. Almost perfect.
Of course.
So you can't say that he's a bad shortstop because every ball that was hit to him, you were out. Oh, he might have
one hit on the ground at third base from Burger. Good throw by Donaldson. That's why he's still playing.
Yeah. So you can't. So you're saying the analytics. Like, what does that mean? It's like war. Like we're gonna go back and look at the factor.
You can't do that. The game is so different then. And that's the same thing when they talk about another thing that you hear a lot about now is, oh, well, if, Ruth and Garrigan, these guys played now, they wouldn't be as good. Well, hold on a second. Like, do you want to take them from that day and immediately throw them against Shohei Ohtani tomorrow?
Well, first of all, of course it wouldn't be good because no one in that era would be that better, including anybody who played basketball or any other sport, because you weren't playing against colored people. But if he comes here and grows up playing normally and obviously has the workout regime,
my point.
Has all that.
That's my point.
You still would have. He might have his talent level might have gotten better, and he might have been judged. That's
my point.
I'm like,
that's what I tell people all the time. I'm saying, well, this one is smacked in the air to right field. That's a foul ball. The argument that I always have to that is, okay, well, you're taking a guy that played then, like, okay, for an example, Lou Gehrig, who was a tank. The guy was huge. He was naturally gigantic. He was a strong guy. If you take him and just throw him in a ball game today, that's a different story. But if he comes up, develops with every tool we have today, you mean to tell me he wouldn't be a top first baseman in baseball?
Dude, I'll give you an example, man. Jackie Robinson wouldn't have stole 60 bases, 100 bases like he did. The guy would have
very different.
Oh, there was no slide step.
Yeah, very different.
You know what I mean? People got paid for that back then. When we're talking about like guys like pitching, then Josh Gibson would have gotten his tits lit. He's a middle reliever now. But if you put a pitcher in this era and say, hey, go out, you got to pitch 9 innings like Cy Young, they might die.
It would die.
A player today, by the way, look at these two lineups. All the superstars are out in a doubleheader after they had yesterday off.
It's just the game.
Because back in the day, guys had to play. You think Cal Ripken was Iron Man? Cal Ripken probably looks at players today and laughs and says,
100%. They got to. This one is hit games on the ground softly.
You play 130 games and you're hard nosed. And that's my favorite thing. Like when you see guys like Josh Donaldson, which it's funny because people think he's like, Josh is like super hardcore. And it's like, you look at players back then compared to now, and like what tough really is. You're like, the guys back then are just monsters. Like there's no way that players are more mentally tough than my dad's era or any of, like Lenny Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra will eat your face. Or any of the players that are playing today. He will literally eat your, like Anthony Rizzo is considered a hard-nosed, tough clubhouse guy. Anthony Rizzo would have been like the nicest guy in the 1980s team.
Back then, no doubt about it. Times are just very, very different, man.
So that's like the story. It's funny because one of my favorite stories, I'm a huge primetime guy. And when I was growing up, I always wondered, like, why do the Yankees suck? Like, they're the Yankees. Like, they had such good teams. Carlton Fisk,
and he struck him out. Vasquez looking filthy today.
Drew a dollar sign in home plate. Mind you, this guy's not even his playing. They're not even teammates. Comes in, he draws a dollar sign. Carlton Fisk allegedly looks at it, is like, what the like? He hits the ball, pops up, and Deion Sanders doesn't run hard.
Yeah.
And Carlton Fisk says some words for not running hard, not for showing off, flipping a bat. He did not run out of the box hard enough. Okay. Next at back, and Deion Sanders is not a small guy. Mind you, Pudge is older in his career.
Right.
Does the dollar sign again, and he says something to the terms of run the effing bases, don't take this game.
Yeah.
And Deion Sanders decides to reply back, and Deion Sanders caught himself in the back end of his jersey on top of the plate because he got body slammed by Carlton Fisk, and it's a brawl. And players of the Yankees were like, we get why you did that. That was the game back then. Now, if Carlton Fisk said something, if there was a camera, Carlton Fisk saying something to a guy while he's not running to first base, they would have deemed that he's the most evil person in the world.
Oh, easily.
You know what I mean?
No doubt about
so
it.
That's something when you compare the game. Like guys now today are like, nobody's getting thrown at. I'm like,
that's
you want to put Judge to play in the early 1900s where there's no break, there's no arm guard, and
nothing
going at your head. You know, there's no umpire going up there to see if there's spitball or again, you got to compare. There's pros and cons, and people get so caught up in the moment of this guy's great. And when you've seen like I get offended when somebody says check the analytics. If we're talking about a guy that
that's a dumb man's conversation.
That's what I'm saying though. So, but if you talk about a guy, I'll give you an example. If you talk about a guy I never saw playing, it's like, okay, I can't argue and I can't get passionate about it. But if you say Terry Pendleton was overrated, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You've never seen him playing. You've never seen his numbers. The fact that a guy with that body can move the way that he did, it's just unexplainable.
Well, that's why I always bring up like the whole GOAT conversation in any type of thing. You got to talk about it generationally when they played among their peers. You can't talk about it overall. Like, I don't know much about basketball as the count as 0-1 on McKinney, but obviously the big conversation is Jordan and LeBron James. And you hear typically kids of today would say LeBron James. Everybody that see Michael Jordan says Michael Jordan. And it's because during their time, they were the best. So it's very, very hard to do this whole GOAT conversation.
Number one, I think Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever because I don't think LeBron James has ever played with a hangover.
Here you go. I mean, look, David Wells threw a perfect game with a hangover.
I'm just saying, though, like, I admire that. The fact that the guys were animals.
Hey, this one hit in the air from McKinney deep to right field. Oh, he got all of that one. It's a jack job to right field. And the Yankees take a 3-0 lead.
I think
Billy McKinney.
I think the Yankees are they started off slow. They got 3 hits. Now it's 4.
I tell you what, what's his face? Clevenger doesn't look like he's fooling anybody. I'm surprised the Yankees got more runs.
And again, this is a big game for him from a trading standpoint. Again, I don't think that he'll be in the American League East. I'll tell you that much. But
he shouldn't be. God forbid he get destroyed in this division.
Here's the thing, though. Like when you're looking at teams and when you're trying to compare, people get caught up in the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
People will say, "Oh, this guy's better, or that guy's better." They get caught up in the moment and they forget the factor of a career. And I watched the Yankees. I just went blank on Mr. October, Reggie Jackson.
Jackson, yep.
Imagine Reggie Jackson saying the stuff that he was saying if he played today.
Oh my God. Pitches fouled away to count.
Or like Reggie and like Aaron Boone go fist, like get fight.
Oh, never would.
You know what I mean? Like think about like the like our heads would literally explode.
Yeah, of course.
Reggie Jackson fought his manager on TV.
Yeah.
The Yankees manager got his arm broken by a reliever because he got picked up and body slammed, and he broke his arm in a drunken dispute. Like now, fans would never, again, that would never be like with the last 3 years ago when Donaldson came to Giolito and got on the bus and said, "Come and say it to me." Whatever. It was like a big thing. No punches were thrown. 2 guys are just running their mouths. I was like, that was it? Like, that's a big story. I was like, dude, I know guys that have gone to the hotels to wait for the other guy when they get off the bus. To fight him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like...
I'm sure the shit that happens in clubhouses,
and that stuff just been like
hilarious.
And now it's such a big deal. And back then it was like, oh, you know how many times like you're like in batting practice and all of a sudden you see guys in center field. Obviously there was no MLB network back then covering batting practice, and you see these guys go at it. Or teammates. People are like, oh, I was like, dude, teammates fought. Oh, yeah, so-and-so just got in a fight with so-and-so. They didn't like, one guy wanted to watch hunting. The other guy wanted to watch MTV, videos. They just went at it. So a team fights on planes. And if any of that stuff happens now, they want to suspend guys. So the game's just different. Guy now is just, we don't expect those sort of things. Guys are more protected. Guys protect themselves more. So I think all that comes into the game of, even the way that game's covered. Writers would never write now what they used to write about guys back then. I think it's just different because I grew up with the game in a different time where I could never would have told you as a teenager what
There's a base hit for Trevino.
But Ron Karkovice, how he was voting.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
how somebody thought I never, like, now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I could probably guess what Robin Ventura is, but as like a teenager, I was never, there was things that we never like.
You didn't talk about. Nobody cared.
Nobody cared. It was like,
nobody gave a shit. Yeah.
So now, like, even you throw that into the mix now, like everyone's into everyone's stuff. So the game is just that much different.
Yep. And I guess, it changes, obviously, the world changing the way it is with all the madness and nonsense.
Yeah. So that's why the Blackout Show came about, because in the world of baseball, we have this control. I wanted to educate people and fans, because I thought in the world of the White Sox, there was just so much nonsense out there. You know, draft the kid, this guy's going to be the next so-and-so. I'm like, what do you guys...
That's that's exactly why we NYY News TV is here, because you're right. You hear a lot about that today, and you're like, I just want fans to have another avenue to go to instead of the nonsense bullshit propaganda that they're hearing. And be like, oh, hold on, like take it back a little.
Like you hear Chicago, I don't know, New York is big. In Chicago, they have these lists. So every winter, like they go like the top 100 White Sox players.
Of course.
And you see these lists and you're like, who made this? Like, is this kid, like, is this person, like, is this person getting paid for this list? Because, and then they'll make arguments like, oh, he was overrated. I'm like, what are you, Ray Durham overrated? I'm like, oh, because there's war. I'm like, dude, the guy played like 9 years old. Like, so there's certain things like when it comes to that, and then they get caught up in their own numbers because they want to protect the guy that played in the 1800s because it's nostalgic. And then I'm like, well, somebody that played in the 70s and 80s, they're using the same numbers to talk bad about them. And it's like, wait, you want to use the same numbers to protect the older generation, but you don't want to do it for the newer generation. That makes no sense. So that's what the show's about. I say in the intro, this is where it gets real. And like right now, like our big debate is, do I think the White Sox have a chance to win the division? Absolutely. Why would I say they don't? You're a moron. They're 3 games out. Like, there's 100 games left. Of course, they can win the division by 20 games. Do I think that they're in the best position if they don't trade some guys away to coming into 2023, 2024, historically, not being a team that spends a lot of money? They've never spent $100 million on a player. Benintendi, the guy in the outfield, is the highest paid White Sox player of all time. So do I think that they're going to go out and spend like the Yankees used to in the 90s? Probably not. No. So I think that they need to move some pieces. Just like right now, when I view the Yankees, they're only, 6 games out. I still think they need to win the division. Yes. Do I think that this is the best version of this Yankees team? No. I think that it could be retooled with a couple guys in different places and more of a younger look and be in a better situation for 2024.
Yeah. And they need to be able to do that. And here's one of the guys that depending on doing that, Anthony Volpe, 3-1 count. Clevenger at 63.
He won't get it. He won't. This is his last inning, most likely.
Yeah, he's gotta be done here any second. The 3-1 to Volpe is hit on the ground softly. So fielded by Moncada, fires, got him, and there's one away.
You gotta hurry up with that one. When he's
we got a super chat from Scott. It says, remind me of the whole Tim Anderson JD thing. Yeah, similar to that when they had the little back and forth last year.
Oh, with the
Jackie thing. When he called them.
So here's the difference. Here's the difference. If that would have happened back in the day, the moment that he even uttered the words, he wouldn't have been just the moment that he even thought that he was going to say, it would have been.
There'd have been a fight.
The glove to the mouth, and then the Yankees player would have been like, "What happened?" They would have been mad at Donaldson. There wouldn't have been this back and forth. Like he would have been like, he said this, and it would have been done. What was weird was that he had to tell Grandal, and then Grandal come and protect. So that's where the game is different. Like, by the way, do you guys think that racial slurs were not used in the 70s and 80s and 90s?
Of course. Way more than today.
Way more than today.
Come on, not even close.
I think guys in the 80s, they probably like, oh, thank you for calling me that. Like, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, I'm 100% certain it was way, way worse.
So that being said, like that sort of thing, it's like you took care of it on the field. You didn't take care of it off the field. Like you'd make him pay on the field. Like the last thing you're worried about was the suspension. You wanted to break his arm. You wanted to hurt now it's more like, oh, how many games is he getting suspended? That's the sort of thing. Like now, like Aaron Boone is famous because he shows some passion sometimes protecting his players and arguing what do you want Aaron to do? Not argue when his pitcher's getting kicked out?
No, of course he has to. He has no other choice.
He has no other choice.
Like
That's his job. So that color part, they want to make everyone robots. They want everything to be like a fantasy baseball game.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
And you need to be able to use the numbers to make whatever you're looking at with your eyes make sense, and vice versa. Not just go with the numbers just because.
Yep. 1-2 on Willie Calhoun, 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch from Clevenger is hit in the air to left, foul. Count remains 1-2. Yankees up 3-0, bottom 5. Runner on second, 1 away. Looking to split the 2 games here in this doubleheader. Vasquez has looked extremely good for the Yankees today.
He looked great, and especially you said that walks were going to be his issue, and he's been able to stay away from those with the White Sox, which again a little bit easier than other teams because they don't walk a lot as it is.
At the 1-2 to Calhoun, he struck him out. Oh man, Willie way ahead of that changeup there. So 2 away, runner on second base.
And right now the Yankees need this run because this White Sox offense could definitely pull it out. Again, a split's not the worst case scenario for the Yankees.
And no matter what, I don't think, even though Vasquez, let me see how many pitches Vasquez is at now. He's at 72. They're not going to let him go much longer. Just knowing how the Yankees are, especially with a young pitcher, not going to let him go too much longer.
Last game, I saw that he 4 innings and 2/3 last game.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
I was pissed they didn't let him get that last friggin' out, man. He would have had a win.
That's cute. 4 innings and 2/3.
I hate that, man. That shit pisses me off more than anything. He does that all the time, too.
You're costing him money.
Well, Boone does that all the time. I mean, he does that
money
all the time, constantly. Constantly does that with guys. Like, he never lets anybody, if a pitcher's going good, he won't let them finish an inning. I'm like, just let them finish the damn inning. Like, there's no risk here. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
At that point, you need to take away the training wheels because that growth is only going to happen. And that's something that sometimes Aaron frustrates me because I know that he's old school baseball. God, he's part of the Boone family. Like that's
what I always say. I'm like, man, you got to, and I'll bring this up to you as that's a call strike. Going back to second base, Trevino's there. I bring up what Torey Lovullo said here recently. He talked about the first couple of years when he was basically along the lines of be like, I just wanted to fit in and I wanted the guys to be comfortable in the clubhouse. And that's the way it went. And we were bad. We were a very bad team. And then I would start to snap at certain times. So he said one off season, he was like, you know what? If I'm going to go out and I'm going to get fired, I'm going to go out my way. And he's like, I just started to hold him accountable immediately. Every day we should get better. If we're not, something's wrong. And I'm going to hold the coaching staff accountable, the players accountable. And right now, they're sitting in first place. Look at the difference that makes. They didn't change a ton of players.
So when you look at a guy like Aaron, and obviously I can vouch for Aaron. I know his brother. I know his family. I've been in multiple conversations with Aaron. I know what Aaron knows about baseball. And I think one of the biggest mistakes is making people like you. And you're doing things because you want to fit the trend. And if that's what he believes, that's what he believes. That's awesome. But I think
3-2 on Glaber.
You go down with your strengths. Ozzy has interviewed twice. Padres came runner-up, and the White Sox, obviously. When you're runner-up means you didn't get the job.
Yeah.
You lose. But we discussed and debated getting him ready for the interview.
Yep. Which
is funny. He interviewed literally in the same chair that I'm in right now. Like, should he go analytical and sit in the meeting and just basically tell AJ Preller everything AJ might have wanted to hear analytically? And I said, why would someone come to interview you, a World Series manager, and you give them someone completely different? That's not why you're getting the interview.
Right.
So you have to be you.
Be who you are. That's right.
And you have to talk about how you would use the numbers that no one talked about. Because here's the other thing. In the 2000s, when people were using numbers, and the first one was Buck Showalter, and Ozzy was on the wave, and they were getting the fielding Bible, and it was like a thing that was starting. No one was marketing it. The first person that kind of makes it, they made Moneyball. The book was out for 10 years, and they made the movie, and now everybody's analytical.
Yep.
They lost, by the way, guys. They lost.
They lost. They never won.
They
never did win.
And by the way, Billy's still there in Oakland.
Yeah, and they look at
the team. How Moneyball's working right now for Billy.
100% right. Where the entire fan base wants that team to sell.
Billy's got the same analytics or better than other teams. So it's called when you're broke and you can't sign guys. You go and do what Billy did. Jason Giambi created freaking Moneyball. They couldn't afford Jason. Jason went to the Big Daddy Yankees, got paid. They needed to replace Jason. That's pretty much the storyline. Short.
This one popped up, and the Yankees aren't going to get that run in.
But no one talks about the pitching. And the new wave of guys that were like trying to get into the game of baseball.
Yeah.
Got their foot in and just made it a thing. They were smarter in the sense that they gave words to things that guys would be like, man, that guy's got a good feel for the ball. Oh, we're going to call it RPMs. That guy's got a good 12-6. Well, we're going to call that this. They started giving KPIs. And when you can put key performance metrics or numbers to people that like money, like owners, they're like, oh, I can now see metrics and numbers and compare Pete versus Ozzy. And I got a little chart that tells me Pete's better than Ozzy by 20% because of these 4 things. Back in the day, it'd be like Pete and Ozzy. Why is Pete better? Well, Pete kills the ball. Ozzy's kind of like, it was more of a describer. So unless you were a true baseball guy, you really didn't understand what they were saying. Now you got 2 sheets. It looks like you're trading stock. Oh, this stock's better than this stock. So they got their foot in, and it just became a complete slide from there. People believe that Red Sox won because of Moneyball. No, the Red Sox won because they had Pedro Martinez, who is really good. They had David Ortiz in his prime, Manny Ramirez, and a really, really good effing team. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it took them to lose a World Series, took them to get walked off to then go win one. So people are like, this team's analytical. I'm like, really? This team's analytical. Wow. Okay. I've never seen Manny Ramirez doing an algorithm. So you start getting this trend, and then like obviously money, and and then Houston does their thing, and they become even more. So the game starts going more analytical. More analytical means more money, more spending, more budgets. Now I got biometrics guy. I got a guy that's like, and guys start growing in this world of like, oh, I feel more comfortable with the information. I feel so it's part of the game. But for you to say that someone doesn't know, like Terry Francona does not get the numbers, so at the end of the day, you have to be yourself. Okay. Because number one, players are going to say this guy's full of it when they know that you're not into it, or when a guy does not, when they say, oh, the Yankees are analytical. I'm like, well, why is that kid in AAA then? He should be in the big leagues. And then this guy should be in the minor league. So you're not analytical because you're not making every decision based on analytics. Liam Hendricks would have closed the last game of the White Sox were analytical just because he's a closer and he probably has better numbers than Graveman does in that situation. Yeah. I would say this. You got Mariano Rivera. As always, you got Mariano Rivera facing Jim Thome. Okay. Jim Thome is 0 for 22 versus Mariano. But then you got Pablo Ozuna in the bench. And he is 4 for 4 versus Mariano Rivera. Do you pinch hit Pablo Ozuna for Jim Thome? Different scenario. You got Mariano Rivera coming as one away. You got Mariano Rivera coming in the 9th, and he is facing Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is 10 for 10 with 5 home runs. Okay. There's a guy named Volpe, okay, that's hitting in front of Judge, who's got a little bit better numbers than Judge versus Mariano. Do you walk Volpe to Fitch to Judge just because his numbers are a little bit better if you're Mariano? Or do you take Mariano out completely and bring in a new pitcher that has better stats against them in the 9th inning? So then you're not being analytical.
Right.
That's just the BS. So it's like, you got to go, the numbers people keep saying, oh, I'm analytical. It's like, well, what does that mean? I think analytics are great for development. I think it's great for you to see a kid in the minor leagues from Dominican Republic who you're projecting, and the way that he hits the ball is flying off the bat, or a guy that's his velocity is really good, but his location might not be there. For development purposes, I literally think it's got a lot of value. But when you start using it for every single thing, I think that you start running into issues, into situations where you start getting second guessed.
Oh, big K right there. We got a little he action on Clint Frazier. It's quickly 2 away. Vasquez only got 80 pitches, though. He's going to complete this top of the 6th, and a hell of a start for Vasquez here in the Yankees. That was a beautiful pitch right there to Frazier. Q, what's going on, man? Vic, Terrence, Ron, what's up, what's up? Of course, Frank, how you doing? Mr. Mike, what's up, what's up? Patty Sinclair, my guy, what's going on, man? 0-1 on Gavin Sheets. White Sox down 3-0, top of the 6th inning. And he's been the one good thing. The one good thing there is he's been around to play. But Ozzy, I know you got to run. Do you wanna any last words?
We'll finish the inning. We'll finish the inning.
Cool. Perfect. This one hit on the ground at first.
I think my daughter is mad at the White Sox. She thinks she's trying to kill my youngest son.
Oh, okay, yeah, that happens.
I'd rather be talking to your wife. You know what? The blackout show again.
Yeah.
It's the White Sox one, but again, we talk baseball on the Game Grid. You start trying to talk all baseball, trying to keep it real, trying to make it as realistic as possible. And again, I'm connected to guys like you that tell me everything about the Yankees, and just talk baseball. And again, have debate. Debate is something that's always needed.
You got to have debate. Debate's very, very important to anything in conversation that you're talking about. Sheets rips a base hit the right field. So I had to bring up Luis Robert.
And I want to see Robert in this at bat with the first opportunity. And this is why, again, the Yankees need this run, that extra run, because the White Sox, again, they hit 4 home runs the last game. They can put the ball in when they hit it. They can go far, especially here in Yankee Stadium with the short porch.
No doubt,
turn around real quick.
And immediately he throws one ball, and you could tell the dugout already tells Trevi, "Hey, go out there and talk to him," because the Yankees are ready to go to their bullpen. This is what they do all the time. The Yankees have just been so common for this. Kid's been dominating the entire game. He gives up one base hit, and now it's like all hell is about to break loose. The pen is up. They're going out there, giving guys time.
Well, he's got 2 outs.
Here we go. He got 2 outs. He needs one more. I think if he
got 2 outs.
If he gives him a base hit here or something, he's out of this game. They'll pull him out of the game here.
So if again, 2 outs, you got 90 pitches, maybe 85. You got to let him try to fight through it and figure it out. Again, a runner on second, if you think that, the matchup doesn't match up well because a home run can tie the game, I can consider it, but he's got to know right now, like, okay, I got to get out of this.
Ain't going to help. He just hits him on the shoulder. So Robert gets hit by a pitch. It's first and second, 2 outs, and this is likely going to do it for Vasquez. We'll see if Boone does come out. I believe he's going to.
By the way, I don't think that the advice that Gleyber was giving him in the catcher.
No, I don't think it worked too well.
I don't think they were telling him to hit. I don't think they were telling him to hit Robert.
Yeah, I don't think that was the way to go about it right there. But did I just get an update that what's his name from the Guardians hit 3 home runs today?
Jose Ramirez.
He hit 3 home runs today?
Yeah, he just went deep again.
Wow. Nice. And that is going to do it for Vasquez. So Vasquez is coming out of this game. We'll have a pitching change here. See, the Yankees are likely going to. He knew he was going to come out of the game. If he put him on base, I knew they were going to take him out. And, it's a big at-bat here for Eloy Jimenez, who's 1 for 2 on the day. And it's a big at-bat in this game as it's only a 3-run lead, and the tying run is coming to the plate.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to take that time. I'm going to dip out. I will send you
my friend.
hugs. Can't wait for this Dembo.
Oh yeah, it's coming very, very soon. I can't wait for it either. I'm like shocked. I can't wait to see what it actually sounds like.
Big hugs, and everybody in the chat, hit like. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, my friend.
Pressure. Hopefully you guys pull this one off. Big hugs.
All right. Talk to you later. All right, guys, let me close all of this stuff out. And we go. End the meeting. Close that baby on out of hell. Guys, do me a favor. Smacky the likey. Smacky the likey. Now it's my time to talk. Okay? All right. Now it's my time to do talky. Okay? All right. Let's see. Guys, we're at 270. Come on, man. I need more likes than that, folks. Smacky the likey for you, boy. 142 on the likes. That's it. That's all the love I'm getting today. Come on, baby boy. I need a little more love than that. Yankees I don't see an update on who they're going to, but he is out of the game. We'll see who they're actually going to here. Let me do a little update. All righty then. Give me 1 sec, updating my MLB TV. All right, we are good to go. Spooky Maya's DJ Steels. Jorge, what's going on, man? Hirsch. Facts, Hirsch, no doubt about it. Yeah, I was quiet. That's the longest I've been quiet for a long time. Hit in the air to left field down the line. That's going to be a foul ball. I don't know why game day is not updating. It should be. I believe the pitcher is Abreu, I want to say. Little Petey Rendon action. Little Petey Rendon action. I like that. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take the Carlos Rodon action. Why not? The 0-1 incoming. Oh, that's Marinaccio. My bad. I don't know where the hell I'm getting Abreu. Ron Marinaccio up. And the count is 0-2 as he gets Jimenez swinging there. 0-2 count. After this, guys, I'm going to have to run to the bathroom real quick. Got my water here. I'm ready to rock and roll. We got the rest of this game to call. Top of the 6th inning. First and second, 2 outs. The White Sox are looking to get back at the Yankees here. The 0-2 incoming to Jimenez. The pitch. Hey! Struck him out! All right, guys, give me a second. I'm going to be right back. I don't. 1 second. Be right back, guys. Okay, I might actually, matter of fact, you guys are right. What time? I might grab another cup of coffee. I might grab myself another cup of coffee, no doubt about it. All right, we are heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Let me go ahead and close this out. All righty then. It's funny, guys, right? Because I thought McKinney was up now. I was going to talk about Billy McKinney hitting a home run today, a double today. It's been good for the Yanks. First pitch is outside of Anthony Rizzo to count as 1-0. Samantha, what's going on? David says, Pete Poodadoo. Yeah, that's what the mama calls me. That's what my mama calls me. 2-0. Poodadoo. I don't know what the hell it means. I just know most of my life, that's what she called me. Good old Poodadoo. Little Poodadoo action out there. A little Poodadoo. Okay? All right? 2-0 count on Anthony Rizzo. Clevenger's still in the game, about to throw pitch number 80 on the day. Clevenger just seems like he doesn't have anything. Looks like a completely different pitcher than I remember. That's a high changeup, and they say Rizzo goes around, so the count is now 2-1. Fouled away. Count is now 2-2. Two and two count on Anthony Rizzo. The 2-2 incoming from Clevenger. Nobody on, nobody out. Fouled away. Clevenger gets that one up to 95 miles an hour on the corner. Smacky to likey, folks. Smacky to likey. The 2-2 again to Rizzo. Fouled away down the right field line, and the count remains a 2-2. George, I hope I can sing the song, my guy. I hope I can sing the song. Clevenger doing his little shimmy on the mound. The 2-2 almost knees himself in the face when he pitches. Fouled away, and the count remains 2-2. Good at bat here from Anthony Rizzo. Oh, guys, smacky to likey. We are 38 likes away from 200. Got to be honest with you guys. We need to do a little better than that on the likies. Okay. Gotta do a little better than that on the likies. The 2-2. Line foul. Oh, we got a battle. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Clevenger? Or is it going to be Anthony Rizzo? The 2-2 pitch. Foul away. And the count remains 2-2. Pitch popped up a mile high. That's a foul ball. We'll do it again. Pitch number 11 about to come up. You got to have 2 plates of mango with salami and cheese. Let me tell you something. I can't do 2. 1, I could do 1, but I can't do 2, man. After 1, I'm dead. I'm dead after 1, Johnny. Pitch. Hit in the air to left field down the line. That is going to be a foul ball. And the count remains 2-2. Frankie's stupid. Oh, Frankie, I tell you, man. I love the guy, man. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Pitch number 12 incoming. Pitch. Pops up. Is that going foul? No, Moncada will make the catch. And there's one away. Frankie, you know I don't get. I love Bill Murray. I don't care who Bill Murray's. I don't care what cheeks he's slapping. You know what I mean? I don't care if Bill Murray's out there slapping cheeks 20, 30 years younger than him. God bless him. Good for Bill Murray. Good for Bull Murray. Bull Murray out there slapping butt cheeks. That's all right with me. God bless good old Bill. God bless good old Bill. Let me tell you right now, I do need a cup of coffee. So after this inning, guys, I'm going to run upstairs and grab a cup. I hope we got one over there. The pitch to JD is a call strike. And the count is 1-1. I wouldn't expect that either, to be honest with you. But God bless him for slapping some younger cheeks. You know what I mean? Can't be upset with the dude for that one. Let him go. Yeah, out there slapping the cheeks. Milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. It brought Bill. Pitch is outside. It brought Bill to the yard. And it brought Bill Clinton, Bill Murray, many Bills out there. Bill Cosby. They all out there looking for the milkshake. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? The 2-1 incoming to JD. Pitch. Call strike on the outside corner. Count is now 2-2 on Donaldson. Is Clevenger on meth? He very well could be. He very well could be on meth. No doubt about it. Rick just says, yeah. So, yeah, he could be pitch outside 3-2. Yes. Milk, yeah, 100%. Bill Cosby wants the milkshake no matter what. Whether you give it to him or you don't give it to him, he's going to figure out a way to get the milkshake. That's kind of what he does. Billy Bean doesn't want it. No, Billy Bean doesn't want that. No. 3-2. Hey! Struck him out. Down goes Donaldson. So if JD's not hitting a home run, at least he could play defense. He's not hitting 167 on the season. And like I said, man, got to do a little more than that, man. You got to string some hits together. I don't know if how long the Yankees will give Donaldson, but he has an eye still. I can tell you that much. It's not much that impresses me about Josh Donaldson. That's a very good glove. That's, to me, his best attribute. Pitches outside to Bowers, who has impressed me as of late. Double today. He's 250 on the season. 883 OPS for Bowers. Not bad. Not bad at all. Guys, we're one sub away from 16,430. Outside doesn't get the call 2-0. I just wish, I would like to see Bowers walk a little bit more. That's all I'm looking to see him do. Draw a little more walk. The 2-0 incoming. I'm going to let out a yawn. Ah! Okay. Pitch is outside, 3-0. It'd be nice to see Bowers draw a walk. He got to do that a little more. Warming up for the White Sox. The guy's name is Bummer. Bummer is warming up for the White Sox. Bummer. He walked them. Easy at bat there, but from Bowers as he takes 4 pitches outside and he walks them. That'll bring up IKF. Good old Isaiah Kiner Falafa. Smack you to like, you guys, and subscribe for your guy. For the guy. Okay? Do a little subscribey for the guy. So runner on first base, 2 outs. They're showing the Willie Calhoun play again earlier in the game when Elvis Andrus did not put the tag on the guy. Does not put the tag on the guy. Justice's dad, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't want to hear that. You could really keep that to yourself. Who I put on this channel, I put him on the channel because I trust him. I don't throw anybody on the channel. If you prefer me, that's cool. There's no reason to keep throwing it out there. Alex and Luca are 18 years old, turning on 19. I think they're 2 young kids who have a lot of drive, and they get their chance to be on here every now and then. I think the least you could do is say, hey, good job. If you prefer me, wait for me to come back on. I call almost every single game. You're not going to miss much. I call almost every game, my guy. So, Alex and Luke are 2 kids that are learning a lot. They're very good at what they do, and I like them. I like them. I'll leave it at that. The 0-1 incoming to IKF. The pitch. Line to center field. That's a base hit. Cutting it off is Robert. He gets it in. It'll be 1st and 3rd for the Yankees with 2 away. Big chance coming up for Billy McKinney. Very big chance. Here we go, baby. Alex Varsho, what's going on, brother? How you doing? And here comes a pitching change. That is going to do it for Clevenger. Looks like they'll go lefty-lefty matchup here. Could be an opportunity to bring in... this is a situation right here to bring in Giancarlo Stanton, in my opinion. I mean, you need a big hit. McKinney has been good. I don't know how he does against lefties, but he has been good. So I'd probably maybe look to make a change here. Fernando, my guy. My guy. Very political correct answer. Justice is there. I don't look to be politically correct. I like the kids. That's the reason they're here. That's me just telling you the truth. I don't give two shits about being politically correct. I'm telling you the truth. They're two good kids. I like them a lot. It's correct. It has nothing to do with being politically correct. I think they're good. If you don't like them, you don't gotta watch it. That's the great thing about having freedom in America. If I don't wanna watch these guys, I don't watch them. I turn them off. If I wanna watch me, I turn me on and I watch me. There's a certain few YouTubers that I watch. Derek, the twins, because I support them. Everybody on my channel, Bad Dog. I don't watch many people. I don't watch TV. I'm a very focused, dedicated guy at what I do. I like the twins. I think they're good at what they do. That's simple. I don't think this is too hard to understand. It has nothing to do with being politically correct. I like the kids. I think they do a good job. So a pitching change is going to be made. The left-handed pitcher, Bummer, is going to come in the game. 274 in here, guys. I have not seen that 300. I need the 300 plus in there. I need the 300 plus people in here, guys. What are you doing over there? Come on now. What are you doing? Smacky to likey, all right? You know, Rick, I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest with you, fam. I don't watch replays of me. That's why I think... Did they literally just put Al Capone and Charles Lucky Luciano on the screen? Like they played ball? Oh, maybe because of the fedora. What the fuck are we doing here? I don't watch me, actually. I do not watch me really at all. I don't watch me at all. That's why I think when Frankie does the out of context stuff, I think it's so hilarious. Half of that stuff I don't even remember. DJ LeMahieu is going to be the batter here. So LeMahieu has absolutely sucked ass for quite some time. But here is DJ LeMahieu now. So hopefully we get a little something going here. Smacky to likey and subscribe, baby. Smacky to likey and subby. Pitch outside. And the count is 2-0 on DJ LeMahieu. Two and on LeMahieu from Bummer. LeMahieu would kill for a hit. Takes a strike right down to Johnson, and the count is 2-1. Oh, my guy Alex just threw some of those chicken tendies in there. Oh, you guys know I love me some chicken tendies. I love me some chicken tendies. Let me tell you right now. Pitch. Hit on the ground foul. The count is 2-2. Yeah, Philo. DJ's hitting 235. 235 he's hitting right now based off of game day here. Not having a good year at all. DJ Steels, I appreciate that, brother. And if you guys are not on that Discord server, man, got to get on it, man. Become a real fan member. Pitch is hit on the ground. Fielded by Bummer. He'll tag LeMahieu, and DJ LeMahieu again will not come through for the Yankees. Will not come through for the Yankees again. Guys, give me a second. I'm going to run upstairs really quickly. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. We are back in action. Yankees bullpen, of course. They've been good this year, but man, oh man, have they been used quite a bit as we are now back in the action, eh? You know, Frank, hit on the ground to first base. Rizzo feels it, flips to Marinaccio, got him, and Moncada's retired as one away. Frank, you know, I go upstairs, I see the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance, and my heart just melts. I come back downstairs and I see you guys, and I go, man, life is good. Isn't life good? Then I look at myself and I go, boy, that's Italian. And I get even more happy. I can't wait. One day I'm running for president. I don't care what anybody says. I'm running for president one day. I am going to run for president one day, and Frankie's going to vote for me. Alex, my guy, Yankees bullpen is first in a lot of categories. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And Justice's dad, man, like I told you, bro, you are entitled to your opinion. You don't have to doesn't bother me at all, my guy. Like I said, I'm not criticizing you. You are 100% entitled to your opinion, my guy. I appreciate you for liking what I do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Swing and a miss outside. The count is now 0-2. I am almost 35 years old. I'll be running. I will be running, damn it. And Rick's going to help me. The 0-2 is incoming. He struck him out. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I'm not going to run yet. I'm not running yet, okay? I got to blow NyynewsTV up. I got to wait a long time, guys. I'm not running early. The fiance will kill me. Make America Italian again. You know what? No, I love America. I love this beautiful country that we have. I really do. I love this country more than anything in the world, man. I am a big believer in America. Even at our worst times, best times, I believe this country has greatness all around it. Second pitch is a call strike. Count as 1-1 on Grandal. 2 away. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th. The Yankees up 3-0. I took about 6 innings off. That was nice. But here we are again. First pitch is outside. And the count is 2-1. 2-1 on Grandal. Oh, man. The pitch outside. And the count is 3-1. Yankees Kyle's about to be 35 years old. Okay, I'll be joining the 35-year-old club next March. Hey! Oh, no. Swing and a miss. Pete Sterling must make appearances, okay? Pete Sterling has to make appearances. Here we go. I love it. The 3-2 incoming is fouled away. Grandal just gets a piece of that one. The count remains 3-2. Yeah, you don't want the fiance near the White House. I would have to. We would divorce before before I run. Pitch, hey, struck him out. That'll end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. Yankees coming up. God bless America, land that I love. I don't want to do the whole thing, guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to knock anybody's socks off when I let out the vocals of the sings. Okay? I don't want to knock anybody's socks off when I break down the vocals, all right? We don't want to do all that today. Guys, do me a favor, smacky that likey. We are 1 subscriber away from 16,430. Of course, guys, working our way to the 20,000 area, man. We're getting closer and closer by the day. JC, Pete, I thought you were in your late 20s. No, brother, I am 34 years old. I am 34 years old. Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. I mean, I look it, don't I? I look 34. I look 34. Look, I'm losing my hair. I'm going bald. Come on. Look at that little piece right up here. Look at this. Tell you what, man, I am a handsome son of a bitch. Oh, I tell you. Okay. Here's that beautiful American flag. Oh, that thing is a thing of beauty. Look at Anthony Rizzo sings God Bless America every day. So does Anthony Volpe. Salute to those boys. I will be the sexiest man alive on a magazine one day. You know, the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance, folks. She doesn't want to give me credit. She doesn't like to give me credit for the amazing things that I do. You know, she doesn't want to give me credit. You know, it's okay. A lot of times, you know, she'll hear stuff like that. You know what I mean? She don't want to give me credit for these things, but even the new song coming out, the song's unbelievable. She doesn't want to give credit for credit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I can't make everybody happy. I can't make everybody happy, folks. I can only do so much. You know? I can only do so much with the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance. Tell you guys, we're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be Trevino Volpe and Willie Calhoun. Tell you what, man, this coffee is phenomenal. Coffee is phenomenal. Best. Amazing coffee. Amazing coffee. Lido says 38 crew, where we at? Guys, by the way, again, real quick, I got an announcement to make, guys. We have 39 tickets left for September 23rd. If you have any plans, if you guys have any plans of coming to the event, you need to get your tickets, guys. I'm telling you, do not wait. Do not wait and get your tickets. Hold on. DJ Steele's a nut, man. I love that guy. But yeah, get your tickets, folks. Get your tickets. You don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss this event. I'm telling you right now. Pitches inside the Trevi to count as 1-0. Yankees up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, there goes that one subby. I wanted to get that one subby. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss. And the count is 1-1 on Trevino. Hitting .218 on the season. .218. Pitch is a call strike. And the count is now 1-2. One and two from Bummer. Pitch to Trevi. Low. Count is now 2-2. Thank you, One Wing Angel. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Iron Sheik. I was actually watching a lot of his matches. People don't even understand, man. That the match against Hulk Hogan really changed wrestling forever. That was a big event. That was a big friggin' event. Hey, struck him out. And there is a 1 away. That was a big event, man, when it changed professional wrestling forever. Peak of wrestling, Frankie, no doubt. That was huge. Ran around the American flag after. It was a huge moment in professional wrestling, no doubt about it. Here's Anthony Volpe. I like Volpe against Bummer. I said this the other night. A guy who doesn't throw too hard. Some pitches as a lefty to a righty might look to jam him. Volpe get around on one and rip it. Count as 0-1 on Volpe, now hitting 189 after his 0 for 2 so far today. To pitch outside 1-1. Iron Sheik was definitely one of the best bad guys of all time. Wrestling, of course, calls it the heel. He was easily one of the best heels ever, no doubt about it. The 1-1 is fouled away. Matter of fact, that swing right there looked much better by Anthony Volpe, even though he was late on it. He could have drove that ball to right field, and it looked like that might have been his approach right there. Got to see what his next swing looks like. Let's see what Volpe does here. Let's see where that front foot goes. The pitch opens up again on that one, and the count is 2-2. Iron Sheik definitely humbled many in his day, no doubt about it. Siciliano NYY. What's going on, brother? The 2-2. Line foul. And the count remains 2-2 on Volpe. Thank you guys for all the likes today, all the subs. We appreciate you guys so damn much. 2-2 to Volpe. Hey, struck him out. Takes it right down to Johnson. And there's 2 away. 2 Ks for Bummer to start the inning. Catching guys looking. Not a good at bat there by Anthony Volpe. Got to get that bat off his shoulder. He locked him up right there. Here's Calhoun. Takes a call strike. 0-1. The 0-1 is inside. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-1 on Willie Calhoun. The 1-1 incoming to Willie. Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. Calhoun 1 for 3 on the day. That pitch is low. Count is now 2-2. 40 is the new 30. Damn right, Hirsch. You're damn right. 40 is the new 30. Oswald Peraza 0 for 3 today, playing third base in the minor leagues. Also had a run score and a likely hit by pitch and a stolen bag today for Peraza. So he is starting at third base today, which is nice to see. The 3-2. Hey! Struck him out. That'll end the inning for the Yankees. We will go to the top of the 8th. Yankees up by 3. Gonzalez, Andrus, and Frazier coming up. So then 50 is the new 40. Yeah, you better believe it, man. You better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it, guys. You better believe it. Smacky the likey. Smacky the likey. We are at 199 on the likes. Man, guys, we had a tough like day today. You guys are getting tough over there. You guys are getting tough over there. You guys are getting tough, let me tell you. You guys are getting tough. tough over there, guys. My goodness. All right, everybody's talking about their age in here. Okay. All right, got a little age conversation going on. Okay, I'm 34. All right. 34 years old. Yeah, I act like I'm 12. All right. All right, Ron Marinaccio. Looks like he's still out there for the Yanks. Has thrown 14 pitches through 1 1/3 so far. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1 on Romy Gonzalez. My brother Luca. What is going on, Luca legend? The 0-1 incoming is a call strike. The count is quickly 0-2. Clay Holmes warming up for the New York Yankees, so maybe he'll pitch the 9th. Or he may come in if Marinaccio gets in a bit of trouble here. The 0-2 is high, and the count is 1-2. Rizzo, every time it seems like Judge is not playing, Anthony Rizzo just hasn't shown up, and that's outside the count is 2-2. And let me tell you guys something real quick, man. You need Judge, while Judge is out, you need Stanton, Rizzo, and Glaber. One of those three really need to step up. You need one of those guys to step up, no doubt about it. Count is 2-2 on Gonzalez. He fouls that ball away. You 100% need to. One of those guys must step up. And again, I just want to thank Ozzie Guillen Jr. for joining me earlier today. He gave me a good 6 innings off. That was nice. Fouled away. I love Ozzie, man. The count is still 2-2 on Gonzalez. Mel, I appreciate that, Mel. Thank you, man. Thank you. The 2-2. Hey! Struck him out. Struck him out. Frankie, you could probably guess of why Ozzie Sr. is no longer in Major League Baseball. He's not going to take front office's bullshit. He is who he is. I mean, all you got to do is go listen to his interview on Foul Territory from a couple of weeks ago. And, he basically just puts it out there. You know what I mean? He basically just puts it out there. His question about, front office analytics, he was just, fuck analytics. That's exactly what he said. And he's an old school guy, man. But I think you'll see more of these old school guys coming back in the game at some point. And you're starting to see it already. Bruce Bochy, came back in the game, and look at what he's doing with Texas. So I think that's going to incentivize more teams maybe that their lead manager needs to have a little more control. And that also didn't help. A lot of the comments that he made, whether you knew he's joking or not with the world we live in today. Sometimes you can't joke about things or say something or whatever it is, take it back and apologize. And sometimes it's still not good enough. And that's a little bit of what happened. But I think it's more of the fact that he's not going to he's going to make the rules if he's the manager, and that's it. And he's hard on players. And a lot of players in today's game, they don't like that. They don't like that. First pitch to Red Thunder. Red Thunder. What a joke. 1-0. Frazier hitting .214 for the White Sox. Pitch. Fouled away. And the count is 1-1. One and one as Marinaccio is looking to have a clean 8th inning. Pitch. Outside, and the count is now 2-1. Oh no, Frankie, 150%. 150%. Tough community to say anything about Castro and anything positive. A very, very tough community. Even if you're, defending a player or sticking up for one of your players or whatever it might be, whatever the reasoning behind it is, that's a very, very big Cuban population that are not a fan of Castro. Put it that way. It's a tough sell. it's a tough sell, no doubt about it. The 2-2 incoming is outside, and the count is now 3-2. No walks, especially to Frazier. No walks. That's a good cup of coffee. That is a good cup of coffee. My goodness. Smack the like button and subscribe, guys. Hit that subby. 3-2. Walked him. He walks Clint Frazier. So Frazier is on for the second time today. His second walk of the game. How to bring up Gavin Sheets. And is Booney going to make a move? No, he's thinking about it. He's rubbing his head. He don't know. All right, he's not going to do it. It'll be Marinaccio versus Gavin Sheets. The pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Coming over is IKF. He makes a catch. And just like that, that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Torres, Rizzo, and Donaldson coming on up. Oh, smack you to like you never smack you to like you in your lifetime. Let me tell you right now. 211 on the likes. 211. Good old Gavin Sheets. Bubbles Booney, okay. A little Bubbles Booney action, okay. Gotta love a little Bubbles Booney. What the hell the Yankees got going on tomorrow? The Boston Red Sox tomorrow. Let's see. Let me do a little checky here. We got a schedule. So tomorrow the Yankees face the Red Sox 7:05. 3 games against the Red Sox. The Yankees are off on Monday. And then 2 games against the Mets at Citi Field. And by the way, guys, that first game, the 13th, I will be joined by Eric Kratz and Scott Braun again. So that is going to be very, very fun. I can't wait to have those guys on again. Kyle Millet. What's going on, man? How you doing? 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 The Dembo song coming out soon, folks. How you doing? Get ready for it. Biggest song of the year. Jason Dominguez is going to be his walk-up song. The fiance's hating on it because she loves it. Hating on it. And if you guys were part of the Discord server, you will be getting these sneak peeks into what we're talking about. Some of you may be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? If you're a Discord server, you'd have an idea what we're talking about over here. Okay? All right? Okay? Yeah, tomorrow we get some Boston. Some Red Sox action. Bottom of the 8th. Gary Dembo. Okay, a little Gary Dembo action. Crochet in the game. I think that's how you say his name. I got no idea. Garrett Crochet is in the game. 5.68 ERA. 6 1/3 innings, 9 walks, 4 Ks. So he usually does not throw strikes. And here is Gleyber Torres, who hit his 10th home run of the season. The pitch is low, and the count is 2-1. Yeah, Phil, I don't disagree with you on that one. I agree with that. 3-1 on Gleyber Torres. I am calling the game with Bad Dog tomorrow on his channel. So, guys, we will not be here tomorrow. We will be on Bad Dog's channel tomorrow, calling GameSZN live. Hit in the air to left field. That's going to be caught. And there's one away. And another like. Oh, smacky to likey like you never smacky to likey in your life. But yes, I will be with Bad Dog on his channel tomorrow, calling the game. Pitch is a call strike, and the count is 0-1. I don't think the Yankees have all the best players in their organization on the Major League club. So what I took from Phil is that those guys should be up and those guys all should be playing. That's what I would do. I would go young. I would have Peraza at third base immediately. I'm sorry. I'd have Florial up here, and I would just put the best guys that I feel I could put out for now. Hit on the ground at second base, flips to first, and there's 2 away. 2 outs. Nobody on for the Yankees. Anthony Rizzo now down to 278 on the season. So that average that was up there in the 319 area a few weeks ago is now down to 278. Here's Donaldson. Swings and misses. My God. Wow. Wow. I felt the breeze from here on that one. I felt the breeze from all the way over here on that one. My goodness. Let me tell you. Crochet got ahead and tying his shoelaces here. A little shoelace action going on. Okay. All right. Okay. The 0-1 incoming to Donaldson. Pitch. Is a call strike. 0-2. Donaldson 0 for 3 today with a home run. Excuse me. 0 for 3 with a home run. My God, what am I doing today? 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The pitch is low, and the count is now 1-2 on Donaldson. Popped up foul. And the count is 1-2. Yeah, since the neck issue, Rizzo hasn't really been the same. I agree with that. 100%. The 1-2. Did he go? No, he did not. I swore he did. I like to see that one from a side angle. Ooh, Donaldson got away with one. That was strike 3. He got away with one. Foul ball. And the count remains 2-2. Donaldson definitely got away with one there. Donaldson still got a hell of a glove, though. I got to give him credit on that one. The pitch. Hit on the ground at third base. Moncada fields, fires over. Got him. That'll end the inning, guys. We will go to the top of the ninth. Clay Holmes versus Luis Robert Jimenez and Yon Moncada. The best hitters on the club, you can argue, along with, of course, the guy batting fourth in this lineup, Berger, who has the highest OPS on the club currently. But they'll have to do it against Clay Holmes. Let's see how they do over there. Hit the like button, guys. Hit that likey. Smacky of the likey. Smacky of the likey. Moncada is such a weird player, man. And that's one of the main things I wanted to talk to Ozzie Jr. about. He's just one of those guys. You would swear that Yon Moncada is so much better than what he's been. The 1 year he had the 20+ homers. I think that was the juice ball year, but you would just look at him and think he is so much friggin' better. And he just hasn't been that guy, which is really shocking in my opinion. I think Yon Moncada should be fantastic. I mean, you would think he's good. He's a good third baseman. He's not a great third baseman. I think he's better than people think. He doesn't have a great arm. I know that, but he's a good third baseman. But you would really think he'd be just a better hitter than what he's shown in his career so far. Top of the ninth, Yankees have only allowed 2 hits so far. Let me go ahead and, it's already down. All right, here we go, guys. Yankees 3 outs away from splitting this doubleheader. White Sox got the first game. Yankees looking to take the second game here. Yes, Moncada is the Glaber of the White Sox. He was a second baseman also. Yep, that is true. So here's Clay Holmes pitching to a 2.84 ERA. He's 6 of 8 in save opportunities. He has a 3-run lead right here in this save opportunity. We'll see how he does. Here's Luis Robert. Or as they call him, Pantera. Pitch is a call strike, and the count is 0-1. Okay. Yeah, man. Shout out to Randy Vasquez, man. He was phenomenal. Randy Vasquez was great. Hit on the ground foul, and the count is quickly 0-2. Yep, Moncada and Glaber both had monster juice ball seasons. That is correctamundo. The 0-2. Low. Yeah, I think Vasquez will make another start, especially with Cortez being out. I think I'll make another start, no doubt about it. The 1-2 incoming. Outside, 2-2. No walks. Come on, Clay. No walks in this game. Put these guys away. Let's wrap this game up and get ready for mañana. The 2-2 incoming to Robert. Fouled away. And we'll do the 2-2 yet again. On deck, of course, is Eloy Jimenez. Not having a great year. Guy was expected to be so damn good. Not having a great year. 2-2. Fouled away. Robert's having a decent year. Actually a good year. 841 OPS, 265 average. Not bad. Berger's having a phenomenal year. 266 average, 935 OPS. Moncada, not so much. And Eloy Jimenez, I think he's a lot better than that. No, you don't want to load the... Oh, almost hit him in the head. 3-2 now. As that's a slider that gets away. Almost hits Robert in the head. I do not want... If the Yankees keep Clay Holmes as the closer all year, they're not going to win dick. They're not going to win dick. This guy's not a closer, man. He's not a closer. The 3-2, he walked him. From 0-2 to 3-2. From 0-2 to 3-2, you're walking guys. You got a 3-run lead. Throw it down the middle. This team needs too much help. That's why they should be trading guys, getting their young guys up here immediately. They need too much help. $300 million payroll, my ass. Hit on the ground softly. It's going to be a foul ball. Could have been trouble if it wasn't. Count is 0-1. Yes, Julieta, that ball was a home run. The one that Judge hit in Toronto, I still say it's a home run. 100%. Home run all day. Home run all day. Oh, smack you to likey and subscribe if you have not, guys. The best in Yankees news, rumors, and entertainment. NYY News TV. Remember the name, guys. It's only going up, 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 and up. The 0-1 incoming to Jimenez. Hit on the ground, it could be 2. Volpe to second. On the first, Glaber throws it away. I almost caught it from here. What the fuck are you doing? Is Jimenez hurt? Hold on a second. Jimenez is hurt, right? Okay, good. He is hurt. I am not even a fan of the White Sox. I was gonna fucking flip shit if his ass wasn't running. I can't deal with that in Major League Baseball. I can't tolerate it. I can't tolerate it. So it looks like Eloy Jimenez is going to come out of this game. So he must have pulled something because my man didn't even, I thought for a second he just quit. So Andrew Vaughn is going to come in to run for Jimenez. So Eloy Jimenez is going to come out of the game. It'll be a runner on second base with 1 out for Yon Moncada. Gleyber Torres, you guys already know. You can see Jimenez is limping pretty heavy here. So here's Holmes versus Moncada. Pitch outside. Count is 1-0. Runner at second now is Andrew Vaughn. Wasn't the lady's name from Billy Madison Mrs. Vaughn? That Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. Oh, nobody like Chris Farley, man. 2-0. 2-0 count, runner on second base. The pitch. Hit on the ground softly. Fields by Donaldson. Fires. Got him. It looks like Moncada wasn't even running. The fuck's going on with this White Sox club? And now Moncada's just slightly jogging back to the dugout. I'd kill them all. I'd kill every one of them. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. Not at all. That Veronica Vaughn. Here is Berger. The pitch outside. And the count is 1-0. Runner on third base. 2 outs. Yankees looking to finish this baby on off. Oh, guys, smacky that like if you have not, and subscribe to NYY News TV. The 1-0 is incoming. Pitch. Swing. Gonna miss. And the count is a 1-1. 1-1 incoming to Berger. The pitch. Hit on the ground right back to Holmes. Flips to Rizzo. And the Yankees get the W. Let me see what it looks like right here, guys.
Start spreading the news.
Yankees split the doubleheader. They improved to, I believe, 36-27 with the victory. Very, very nice. Good victory for the Yankees. They didn't want to get swept in a doubleheader. They win this one. They do lose the series 2-3 against the Chicago White Sox. Probably a team where you believe you should easily win that series. The Yankees don't do it. Randy Vasquez, congratulations, my friend. You pick up your first Major League victory. Hopefully of many, many more. But awesome job. Amazing. I appreciate it. Guys, until next time, again, mañana, I will be on Bad Dog's channel calling the game with him tomorrow night. So make sure you guys tune into that. And yeah, we'll be back at it. Of course, calling every single game of the Red Sox series, the next 2 after that. And then, of course, on Tuesday Eric Kratz and Scott Braun will join me for the Yankees Mets game, the Subway Series. That's going to be great. So guys, thank you so much again for everything you guys do. I love each and every one of this amazing community. Hit the like button before you go. Until next time, guys, I am out. Out. Talk to you guys later. Peace. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm all over the place. See you later.